I just had to use this pick one last time. Your mom just died. Try not to feel bad. I am gonna miss you, Arthur. Alright, well, let's get that out of the way, and per usual, before we start the stream, I'm gonna leave a couple links in certain places, so while I'm doing that, just enjoy the nice bass line of this song. Man, this song has a really great bass line. Alright, I think that's all the places I need to link it to. Oh, what's up, James? Dylan? Oh, Real, nice to see you too. I think this is the first time you've actually been on my channel. And am I subscribed to you? Yes, I am. Alright, sweet. I'm subscribed to everyone that I love. Alright, what's up everyone? This is Spirit RoseWolf, and we are back once again for part 15 of Shin Megami Tensei 1. And this time, I think we're gonna make a lot of progress today. Because last time when we were here, we actually, well, finally got into the point in the game where we are locked in an alignment. We are technically now locked into the law alignment at this point. This is kind of a first for me because I actually haven't played SMT1 past this point. The farthest I've ever gotten in this game is to Ikebukuro, and that was in the PC version. Wait, not PC version. The Android version, which is unfortunately no longer available because it was taken off the market. Yeah, that's a real shame. But you know, the SNES version, especially if you're using an emulator, isn't really all that bad. So, like I said, last part, we were finally locked into our alignment, and now we are going to continue with some very story-heavy segments in the game. I believe we're nearing the end portion of the game, considering looking at the FAQ that I have open right now. We are in page 5 of 6, so we're getting pretty deep into this. We're nearing the end. I'm actually kind of excited to see what's going to happen next. This is my first time on a stream. Oh, well that's definitely awesome, Real. Wonder how many episodes are coming up. I would guess probably 2 or 3 more. Hopefully 3 more, maybe 2. I don't want it to be 4 because that's basically most likely going to take up the rest of the year. And you know what? Spending a whole year on this game, I think we're about done with Shin Megami Tensei 1 for it to not last 2 years instead of 1. So before we actually get started with the game, I ended up doing a lot of off-screen grinding, as you could tell by the health points of my characters. So before we get into any fusions or any demons that I contacted with, let's just go through the levels real quick, because last time I actually found out that if you were level 65, you would be able to acquire a certain armor set on the 3rd floor of Shinagawa. You basically have to go back to the room where you met the law hero and Haniel and talk to the old man, and then he will give you these armor pieces, or at the very least access to the armor pieces. As you can see, there are like 4 different hallways that we didn't go in. Those were locked. And apparently, according to the guide at least, you need to be level 65 in order to get in them. So, like the madman that I am, I grinded up to level 65 when we were at the point of the last live stream at level 60. So I ended up grinding 5 whole levels. It wasn't really that difficult, to be honest. I made use of the fast forward feature. But let's show off these level ups that I got. So now Mogrim is level 65, and through those 5 level ups from level 61 to 65, we put all of those level up points in 3 strengths and 2 speeds. I'm literally almost maxed out in his strength as well. Like, we're already maxed out in luck. Pretty soon we're going to be maxed out in strength. And speed, well, because we don't really need vitality, because look at his health. 740, nothing is going to kill him. And with Snow, she leveled up from level 62 to 65 because she's technically has a lot more experience than Mogrim. So she only leveled up 4 times, and I basically put all of those points in strength. She really doesn't need anything else in speed. She's fast enough to outrun pretty much everything in this game, and her vitality isn't really gonna help considering she's not gonna have much health. And everything else is basically useless at this point, so strength it was. So that's basically it for the level ups, and I'll actually get into the fusions and the negotiations that I did after we get these armor pieces. So let's head right into the 3rd floor and look for these armor pieces. I believe we have to head all the way back to the room over here in order to encounter the old man, though. That's how we'll unlock the rooms first. And I believe it's this hallway? Yep, I'm pretty sure this is it. So just in case I don't screw up, let's make multiple save states. Hi, even Green Raccoon is here. Welcome, Green Raccoon, nice to see ya. Mogrim, get ready to become a fly. No, hopefully not. Hopefully not again. Although, considering I know who the super boss is in this game, there might be a possibility that that'll happen. Who knows? He basically is your JoJo partner, isn't he? Welcome, Brother Mogrim. Oh wait, I gave this man a old man voice, didn't I? Yeah. Welcome. Wait. Welcome, Mogrim. Why is there an R in the middle in the beginning of welcome? Oh, that must have been a really bad translation. Welcome, Brother Mogrim, holy warrior of God. God himself has sent us a special suit of armor fit for such a holy warrior as yourself. Please, take it and wear it with pride. Here in Shinagawa there are 5 sealed doors. They should open for you, and with each shall you find a consecrated box. Therein will you find the holy armor sent especially for you. Please continue your blessed fight for God and the people that believe in him. I mean, free stuff, thanks dude. And let me check the map of Shinagawa real quick, because I think I might have gotten it mixed up with the 4th floor instead of the 3rd floor. Although, is this technically the 3rd floor? Yeah, it is. No, not Ginza. I didn't want to go there. Never again. I think we're pretty much done with Ginza at this point. Sealed doors. No, apparently it is in the 3rd floor, and there are only 4 doors on the 3rd floor? Then why did he say 5? I don't get it. But anyway, let's just get these doors and see what exactly these armor pieces really are. So there's a treasure box here. Will you open it? Hell yeah, I will. Wait. Did it disappear forever? Okay, good. Okay, good. So I do have too many items in my inventory, so I'm probably gonna have to let stuff go, unfortunately. Thank God it did not use up the treasure chest permanently, or else we basically would have lost the ultimate armor of the law route. That would have been horrible. So let's get rid of stuff we don't use, like Zionga stones. I have way too many of these swords. These used to be really good until we got the Hino Kagutsuchi. Oh, by the way, I have 9 Renkai no Kens. That's right. 9 Spirit Swords. They used to be just weapons that you could only get from the Restoration Building. Yeah, I found out that they're apparently rare drops from the Tengu Demons, which the Tengu Demons were the rare encounters in the area that I used for my off-screen grinding. And as you can see, I ended up with 9 Spirit Swords, so yeah. I grinded a lot. In fact, you could even see it through my Maka. I literally almost have max Maka. 999,999. That is the max. And I actually got to the max at one point, but I used some of it to heal Malgrim and Snow. So, you know, I'm not at the max capacity yet, but once I sell a couple things back at the shop, we'll definitely be at max Maka. Yeah, I basically prepared for endgame right here, folks. We're basically... The last grinding session that I did in this part is basically going to be the last grinding session I ever will do. And what are you guys saying in the chat? Look JoJo up if you're curious, as it cannot be explained. I know. I have seen things on the internet about JoJo, and I'm kind of scared. God made this stuff just for you, Spirit? Yeah, pretty much. Considering it's called the Jesus Gloves, he basically did. So, Jesus armor. Yeah, this is the ultimate armor for the law route of the game. You get different ultimate armor for the alignments that you choose. I believe in the neutral alignment, you actually get a set of armor called Masakado, which is a very popular god in Japanese mythology. But in the law route, you basically get Jesus stuff. So let's see just how good the Jesus armor really is. It replaces the Dropnir, and oh my god, it maxes out the strength? I did not know that. Better power, better defense, better evasion. Ultimately, it's just way better than the Dropnir. So yeah, this is definitely the ultimate armor for a reason. It is just that great. So let's pick up the rest of the armor, shall we? I think this is... No, this isn't the room. Hopefully I don't have to pull out the map anytime soon, because I kind of don't want to do that. And what do we get in here? The Jesus helm. We got a helmet specifically made from Jesus. Or is it supposed to be Jesus's head? Helmet. You know, I kind of don't want to think about this. I'm wondering if Snow can equip any of this armor. Let me see. Oh, apparently not, because she can't equip anything. I don't know if that's a glitch or if it's because she literally can't equip any of these weapons that we have at the moment. Either way, it really doesn't matter. So it actually lowers the strength stat, but raises the intelligence. I wonder though, is it technically better? Well, it seems to be a lot more magic and defense based, although I kinda like having max strength, so let's pick up the other armor sets before we actually make an investment with the Jesus helm. I thought that said Jesus said, you know what, Dylan? It might as well be. It might as well be. And this should be the Jesus legs. Okay, that is literally just Jesus's legs. What the hell does this armor even look like? I wonder. Jesus legs. These affect the speed stat. They add 1 to the speed. And ultimately just a way better armor than the dragon, whatever the dragon thing is. So yep, that one's pretty good. Now we just need to find the last room. Probably gonna have to put out my map, so let us see. All the way over there, okay. Did I skip it? I'm pretty sure I skipped that room all the way up here to the north. Oh well, oh well. Excuse me. And what we get, oh, too many items, of course. So we're gonna have to get rid of some things. We actually have a lot of stuff in our inventory. 2 somas. Oh yeah, I think I actually had to use a soma during my grinding session because I think I actually died with snow, and I didn't want to trek all the way back to the church just to heal her MP. We can always get more somas later. Well, actually we can get them right now, right before we leave the area, so who knows? We'll probably do that. Probably not. Probably. I don't know. Let's just get rid of this. Oh, they're called dragon boots. Of course they were called dragon boots. And let us pick up the final armor piece in this floor, technically. The Jesus armor. It's probably just Jesus' robe or something. You'd think Aleph would get these armor pieces, but no, it turns out it's actually Malgrim who gets it. Well, there's probably a set of armor in SMT2, I actually don't know. But either way, the Jesus armor doesn't really seem to be that much better than the Robe of Lords. Although the Robe of Lords adds like, what is it, 2 stat points in every stat. So I kind of want to keep the Robe of Lords, even though the Jesus armor gives a ton of defense. This is a tricky call, And as for the Dragon Helm, you know what? I'll stick with the Jesus Helm and the Robe of Lords. So yeah, I'll pretty much stick with this armor set. So we're basically set for Malgrim. He's going to ditch the Jesus armor because the Robe of Lords is just way better than you know, sacrificing 2 points in every stat. It's just too good. So yeah, I'm probably just gonna keep the Robe of Lords. Oh my god, what did you guys say? So many. I am surprised you guys went this long without me actually reading the comments. Careful, I'm Christian. Oh, James, you really shouldn't be watching this game at this point then. Good thing we're not on the chaos path. Jesus, like 6. Oh man, Those, I can't even make a joke about that. I can't even make a joke about Jesus. Oh hey Scar, this dude got more views than what I do. I guess just some people really like SMT, or maybe some people like me, who knows. The Romans had to take the armor off of Jesus to kill him. That's how powerful it is. I'm wondering if you're joking or actually serious about that green raccoon, because if so, then that would honestly make this have this make sense. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to the guide and see if this is all we need to get, because for some reason it did say 5 doors would open, so, and we only got 4 pieces of armor. So I'm kind of confused. Is there another door that I missed? I mean, looking at the auto map, it doesn't seem like there's any other room that I missed. Yeah. Let's go back to the guide then. From city map. No. Yep, I got to level 65. Okay, so the items that I can get are the Jesus gloves, the Jesus armor, the Jesus helm, and the Jesus leggings, which for some reason are just called the Jesus legs in this game. I kind of like the Jesus legs a lot more because it sounds even funnier. Alright, well I guess that's it. When he said 5 doors, I guess he actually meant 4 or something? I don't know, it's confusing. But anyway, we're pretty much done in Shinagawa now, so let's use the Traport spell and head back to the terminal on the first floor so we can finally get rid of some of the armor pieces that we've been hanging on to and basically max out the rest of our Maka. Or Magnetite. Or no, it's Maka. It's Maka. I keep getting confused with those two. 99. My goodness. I probably could have maxed out my Magnetite as well, but I kind of didn't feel like it. And just so we'll have enough room, let's get rid of all of these life stones, because honestly, at this point, we also don't even need to start negotiating with demons anymore. We're basically done with grinding off screen for levels, negotiating with demons. All we need to do is fuse a couple things, and we're basically set for the rest of the game. We're basically at endgame, folks. This is pretty much it. So, oh, I gotta escape from you guys, just in case killing you affects my alignment. And seriously, one step in the same location. Ah, I hate that. I'm actually shivering. Oh, real? Then why don't you cover yourself with a little blanket? Alrighty. Well, since I did say we would get into what I was doing off screen in terms of negotiating and fusing, well, I didn't really do much in terms of fusing new stuff. I mostly just fused like 2 or 3 new demons. So let's actually show these off and I'll explain how I got them. So I figured out something interesting, a couple fusions that I could do in order to get some really weird out-of-the-wall demons. One of which I'll actually show off right now, but in order to do that, I actually had to capture 2 demons that I already had in my party before. Well, one actually that I had in my party before. I don't know if I had the Tengu, but I captured a Tengu, and I captured a Senri, which was the cat furry, like all the way back then in like part 14 or something. No, I think it was like part 12. Anyway, I captured those 2, and I used the Tengu and the Tom Lin, the strongest fairy class demon that we had at that moment, to make the... Oh, we don't actually have them anymore. Well, I made the Kukulane, which was the evolution of the Tomlin. I'm pretty sure I showed him off at one point, but yeah, I made the Kukulane. So I used up the Tengu and the Tomlin for that. And then I recruited another Tengu to do another fusion that I would do later on. So with the Kukulane, I fused it with the Phoenix to make a very, very great demon here. The Throne Demon. And I'm telling you now, this demon is great because it has Mediarahan, which is basically a full heal on the entire party, and Estoma. So now I have an Estoma demon who's actually capable in battle. You know, that basically won't die in just one hit or something like the Salamander. So I used up the Salamander in actually the next fusion. So I fused the Salamander with the Chimera demon, which was my avatar demon. And since Salamander was an element, it upgraded the Chimera into the final avatar demon, the Barong. And not really that great of a demon, even though, you know, the avatar line is probably the hardest to get in the game, next to Megami. But, you know, it really wasn't worth it. I basically got him just for bragging rights, that's pretty much it. And I needed to get rid of my Salamanders, so, you know. Killing two birds with one stone. So after I made the Barong, I ended up doing a really complicated equation of fusions. So what I did is I used the Senri, and then I got the Senri a long time ago, which is a fairy class demon. And I believe it's the strongest fairy demon that you can get through negotiations. So I have that in my party. And then I went back to Shibuya, where you can recruit two fairy demons, the Rusalka and the Elf. And I used those two into a fusion to make the element Eros, which is used by fairy class demons to evolve them into the next line of their element, or their class. So what I did was basically made an Eros with those two tiny fairy demons that are easy to find in Shibuya, and then I fused it with the Senri. And then after that, I repeated the process. I recruited those two weak demons, made the Eros, and then fused it with the Troll, which is what the Senri became. So I repeated that process over and over to get the stronger fairy class demons. So I did it with the Senri to make it into the Troll, and then I did it to make the Tomlin, which then made into the Kukulane. And yeah, I think that's where I stopped, because once I made the Kukulane again, I used that Kukulane to fuse with the Virtue Demon, which was the demon that I was originally going to make into the Throne, but then I realized, wait a minute, I can make it into something else. So what I made with that fusion, with the Kukulane and the Virtue, was this, the Lakshmi, which is the strongest Megami class demon. And like I said, Megami is the hardest class to get in this game. And also, the game is basically named after them, Shin Megami Tensei, so... she's actually a really great support demon with Mediarahan and Samarikan, which can bring back any party member to life with full health. Petrati, I don't actually remember what Petrati does. But either way, she's actually a really great demon. Fun fact, she is also the wife of Vishnu in Buddhist mythology. Or is it Hindu mythology? I think it's Hindu, yeah. And so, after making the Lakshmi, I ended up doing the whole Eros Senri fusion process again. So I went back to get another Senri, and I repeated the Eros fusion over and over again to basically get stronger and stronger fairy class demons. I did it all the way with the Kukulane, and then I made the next fairy class demon, the Senko. Which I actually don't know what a Senko is. It shares the exact same sprite with the Tamamo demon, so I assume it has to do with a Ninetales, but you know, your guess is as good as mine, really. Or actually, I could research it right now. I do have my phone out, so Senki I could research it, but yeah. A really great demon for having Marin Karin and Tetrakarn, but honestly, I think we could do a little more better. So, I decided to save this little part for on-screen. This is actually going to be, I believe, the last fusion that we'll do in the game. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the Senko with the Eros element that I was carrying to make the strongest fairy class demon in the game, the Fairy Oberon, or Oberon, I think. Is he called Oberon or Oberon? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, the Fairy King from Shakespearean mythology, or would Shakespeare even be classified as a mythology? I guess Shakespearean lore or something like that. Unfortunately, his wife Titania isn't in this game, but, you know, we can settle for Oberon. He's a great support demon just like Lakshmi. Although, unlike Lakshmi, he also comes with Mazionga, and for those of you who remember about Snow early on in the game, she had access to the Zeo spells, which had the high probability of shocking any boss encounter or random battle encounter in the game. Literally everyone is affected by the Zeo spells. So not only is Oberon a great support with Marin Karin, he's probably going to replace Snow with magic. He's basically just going to be our Mazionga spammer, while Snow can just focus on quick healing. No, she doesn't even need to focus on healing anymore because we have the Lakshmi with Mediarahan. So yeah, Snow is basically just going to be our physical attacker from now on. And we basically covered all our bases with all of our other demons. So yeah, that's pretty much all the fusions that I did off screen, and as you see, we're basically done with fusions altogether. That's it. We're basically done now. This right here is going to be our final party of the game. Malgrim and Snow are going to be our human characters, and our demons, and the demons that we will be using for the end game will probably be Atlus, Lakshmi, Oberon, and Hanuman, which I actually didn't show off. I actually, wait, why didn't I show this off? Oh yeah, I completely forgot. Before I started the fairy class fusions, I actually decided to pick up a Tengu and a Yoma class demon. Oh, I forgot what the Yoma class demon was. I believe it was... No, wait, it was the Tengu. Yeah, I'm confusing myself. So I captured yet another Tengu, and I fused it with the Eros. Now, the element of the Eros actually does upgrade the Yoma class demons as well. So I was able to use that to upgrade Tengu to become the Kimnara, and then the Ganesha, and finally the final demon in the Yoma line, the Hanuman. And I got him specifically because he has Tarukaja, and that is going to be extremely useful during boss battles because that will raise our physical attack. So yeah, that's basically going to be our endgame party. We're basically done with all of that, so now we can finally progress with the actual story of the game, thank goodness. So yeah, that was pretty much a mouthful. Let's see what you guys are talking about. Oh my god, you guys are being so lewd in the chat. You know what? I'm actually glad I missed most of this. Oh. Real talk though, I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Yeah, I can basically skip this. In fact, why am I even fighting these things to begin with? I really don't need to fight anything else at all, really. Yeah, let's just get out of here. Oh my god, on Halloween, I had no costume till like 5, and my school said we could wear our costumes, not masks. And because I had no costume, I became a living musical, and I legit couldn't stop singing. Really, Dylan? Oh, that is an interesting sight to think of. Okay, so before we actually continue, I'm actually going to summon my throne. and use a stoma because I am not going to deal with these encounters anymore. And it is at this point that we are now heading to, I believe, the Basilica? Right, the Basilica, because what the Messians were talking about last time was that they were finished constructing, sorry, they were finished constructing the bridge that leads to the Basilica, which is the final area of the game. And oh my god, this is actually, again, I've never actually seen this part of the game, so that is actually pretty cool. Yeah, I'm really liking how this place looks. Oh, I guess that is the entrance to the south, but what about over here? Apparently it leads to nowhere. Okay. Yeah, no wonder it took them this long to finish the Basilica. It's huge. Ooh, they even have new music for this dungeon, which I believe is the final dungeon of the game, so we're pretty much at the final stretch, folks. Also, I really love the wall graphics in this place. Look at that. That looks pretty cool. It's a shame it's pretty much plastered on every single wall texture in this place, so and that's unfortunate. Oh, this place even has armor and an armor shop and a weapons shop. Okay. Well, we might as well check to see what kind of armor and weapons they have here. Fun fact, this game's final act was going to take place all over the world before ending in Israel. Oh yeah, I believe I did read about that, Green Raccoon. Apparently the original plan was that this game was going to be sort of an epic journey across the entire world. But unfortunately, due to time constraints and overall just it being too much of a stretch, they kind of scrapped that idea and just kept it in Tokyo. Oh well, you know, it's still a great game as it is, but I really would have liked to see what kind of locations they would have had at the end of the in the original draft of the game. That would have been pretty interesting. Okay, so I actually did look at the wiki page of the equipment of the game, just to see what type of equipment I can get from these shops. And seeing it here, we actually might want to head to the weapon shop first, because there's a particular gun that we want to get here, and it's apparently going to be extremely expensive. The railgun, which is like 200,000 Maka. Okay. No wonder the guy told me to grind for at least 600,000. They do have the golden gun. I think we actually have that. They also have a minigun and a Giga Smasher, but we are instead going to get the railgun, which is the best gun in the game, which I believe hits for 3 to 8 times. It's either 3 to 8 or 3 to 6. Either way, it's an amazing gun that we pretty much need to get. Which, by the way, a railgun. It really brings up the question how these two can actually wield such a enormously large weapon like that. I mean, seriously, I'm pretty sure Snow isn't as powerful as Fortune. And yeah, we did have the golden gun. But yeah, it's totally better than the golden gun. Seriously, look at that. And the fact that we can hit multiple times, more so than the golden gun, is like... that's a steal. That is a definite steal. Oh wait, I actually want to give her the rail gun. There we go. Oh hey, Arsenal's here. Pupson and Grips, give me your shit. I'm sorry, Arsenal. David spoiled your entrance. And what's up, David? Nice to see you too. I should probably sort the items first. There we go. And yeah, we don't need to be James Bond again. Or was it a different character? I forgot. I forgot who wielded the golden gun. And I think that's all we need to get in terms of items, because we have the magic bullets, and I am so not going to replace the magic bullets. And as for the armor parts, well, we're pretty much not going to buy anything from Mogrim. However, we still need to upgrade Snow's armor, which thankfully I have the recommended armor right here on my notebook. So we need to get the Sturm Helm, which I believe is this, and the Sturm Pants. I don't know what Sturm means, but you know, oh well. Atlas Gauntlet, really? Okay. Pretty subtle there, Atlas. Pretty subtle. And no, I think that's it. And now let's equip these and see just what kind of bonuses they could give to Snow. Well, that immediately lowers her strength, so... Was I certain about the Sturmhelm? I have no idea if I was, but you know what? I don't care. It at least gives a healthy boost in defense, although it's a tough call. It's a really tough call. Well, at least the Sturm legs look better. Yeah, Sturm legs I'm definitely keeping. As for the Sturm helm, this pretty much just seems like a waste of money. So I'm probably just gonna sell it. Oh, I should have made a save state right before I bought it, so I didn't have to waste all that Maka. Although then again, I have like 5,800,000 Maka, so I don't think I'm gonna waste any at this point. And I believe that's it. Yep, that's all the stuff we needed to get in terms of the shops. So we're basically done right here. No, it was Scaramanga. Monaga. Why did I say manga? Scaramanga, played by Christopher Lee. That made me sad. Alrighty, let me pull up the FAQ real quick just so we can look at the map, because we are technically in a new location and I need to know exactly where I'm going so I don't have to go in blind. Okay, so what we need to do is head north. Well, you know what? I should probably pull out a map because the FAQ doesn't actually have the map in this section. So let me just get to the final page. Or the 5th page, technically. It doesn't have it on the 6th page. I should say again, kudos to Infinity Dragon for making this really well thought out FAQ guide. It has definitely helped me throughout my journey in this game. Definitely has. And it's actually on the 4th page. Alright. Is this song just looping in like the... You know, I could have sworn looking through the SMT1 OSTs on YouTube, this song was a lot longer on the official soundtrack. Or maybe that was the PS1 version. Oh, if that's the case, then we're not going to hear my favorite part of this song. Dang it! It's like the bass solo, and I love it. Oh well. Alright, well I pulled up the guide, so let's see. Apparently there are 2 different ways that you can enter into this dungeon. Apparently if you're Messiah. Apparently, the two entrances are dictated by your alignment. If you're Messian, then you enter into the south entrance, and if you're Gaian, then you enter into the north entrance. Although that begs the question, why are the Gaians accepted in the Basilica, even though the Messians were the ones who created the place? Ooh. What is this? We are going to sacrifice the octopus in here to go. Okay, a random octopus? You do that, I guess. Well, that's random. Oh, there's a terminal actually to the east of here, so let's actually activate that before we do anything else plot related. Oh, what are you guys talking about? No, ooh, that's unfortunate, James. Well, we might as well make a save state here, considering once we use the report spell, it'll take us to the last turn. Oh, dang it, I hate when I do that! That means I have to restart the game all over again. I guess that just need to happen one last time, you know? Memories, nostalgia. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the terminal. The teleport spell that Snow can use, it teleports you to the last location that you saved in. So we use that terminal to save, just so the next time we need to use a teleport spell, we'll come back right here in this exact location. So that's pretty useful. It doesn't loop in every version, just the SNES version. Oh, that's unfortunate. Because again, I loved this song in the PS1 version. Oh well. 1. Why an octopus? 2. Wait, how do we get to the final boss? Well, we're technically not at the final boss yet, Dylan. We still technically have a little bit of ways to go. But as for the octopus, you got me. Octopuses are really devilish things, in my opinion, so I guess it kind of makes sense. Okay, so since we're not going to ever use the rag shop again to make elements, we might as well just use the rest of these gems now that we're here. So I believe the pearl gem is what gave us these. Oh, it actually tells us what it gives us. So we can actually make multiple somas if we exchange the pearl gem. So you know what? Why not? Let's stock up on some somas before we continue. We're basically going to be decked out with the best armor, the best demons, the best weapons, and even the best items in the game. This is awesome. This is awesome. Core shield, of course. Of course, the gem that I have most with would give me the most useless weapon. And a gushing jar. That was actually what was used to seal Belial all the way back in Roppongi. Or was it Roppongi? You know what? Shinjuku, Shibuya, I don't know. A talisman. I have no idea what that does, and I probably don't want to know. And magic bottle. Yeah, so literally only the Soma was the only useless gem that we could exchange for. Alright, well at least we have a ton of Somas to last us for the rest of the game. We can actually talk them out of sacrificing the octopus. It won't affect alignment at all at this point. Oh, really, Green Raccoon? So wait, if I go back to that location, can I actually talk them out of sacrificing it? Because if so, I might as well try. And I think we still need to use a stoma. There we go, yeah. That's better. Oh, they even have a healer for if you're still neutral alignment. Interesting. Well, let's... Oh. I didn't even know there was dialogue here. Okay. I can't believe this. After all the work we put into the basilica, it just gets invaded by a bunch of demons and heathens. Oh, so the Gaians invaded the north side. They weren't invited. Of course they weren't. This is basically the cusp of the 1,000-year kingdom. Of course they wouldn't allow those people in here. Those heathens. It almost seems like all our efforts has been a total waste of time. Doesn't it always seem that way? I've heard that I've heard that God's top archangels have arrived here. I can barely contain my excitement. I want to meet them. Wow, they even have the children brainwashed. Oof. Okay, so let's see what happens if we go back here. We're going to sacrifice the octopus. Oh, we can actually enter the room. Oh, wait. Whoa, that is definitely an octopus. And it has Pascal's theme. Of course it would have Pascal's theme. We gotta get these undocumented demons out of the cathedral. Do we really, though? I like octopus. Just cooking them like takoyaki. Oh, is that what takoyaki is made out of, David? Or is takoyaki... Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't takoyaki another way to say octopus balls? Or is that just a nickname that it has? Because I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that mentioned takoyaki as octopus balls. Do octopuses even have balls? Well, that is a question of the day. Anyway. Oh, what kind of voice would I give the octopus? Please save me. I'm going to shrivel up and die if I have to stay cooped up in here out of the water like this. What did I do to deserve this? Please help me. Will you rescue the octopus? Do I have to touch him? I don't know. If I have to touch him... I think a nickname. Ah, okay. Octopus balls. Who the hell would eat octopus balls? Well, bull testicles, I believe, are a delicacy in some areas, so, you know. I don't even want to think about eating those. They didn't come here legally. It makes the documented demons look bad. Oh great, so now we're Trump now. Well, you know what? that would make Ambassador Thorman make a lot of sense. lot more sense. And Dylan has resorted to Japanese. I want to cut them octo legs, cook them up in takoyaki. Ew, David, you're starting to scare me. Alright, back to the game. I don't know, should we save the octopus? I really don't know. What do you guys think? Should we save him, or should we just leave him here? If we're gonna save him, Snow's gonna be the one who has to carry him. Cause like hell, Mogram is gonna carry him at all. Bloody stream. The only bloody stream I know of is from Digimon. Are we about to watch a hentai within... God, I hope not. God, I hope not. I wonder if there's any SMT1 Rule 34. Probably shouldn't have said that on screen, on stream, but... I'm kind of curious. It's when it's late at night that I get really weird. Scar says yes. Well, since he's probably the only one who's going to say anything at the moment, so let's save him. But just in case, let's make a save state. Messiah's voice. Hey, what are you doing over there? Oh? This creature is an evil minion of the demons. We shall sacrifice it and send it to the god. What better way for it to meet its end than to be saved in a holy bloodletting? What? Dude, these people are crazy. Do you insist on saving it? Well, since everyone is saying yes, I might as well. I see. So you say that it is wrong to kill without reason, then? Well, they're actually being understanding about this. Alright, if you insist, I won't sacrifice it. Go ahead and take it with you. Do whatever you want with it. Well, interesting. So we ended up saving the octopus after all. You're here to rescue me? Thanks! To tell the truth, you guys are pretty Oh no. You guys are pretty tasty, but since you rescued me, I just wouldn't feel right eating you. In fact, let me do something in return for you guys. If you want to see me again, just blow this whistle. Just gotta blow and I'll be here. Okay, I'll give you a lift to the ocean if you need it. Okay. But I'm not coming back up on land again, even if you ask. Yeah, sure. We got an octopus whistle. I wonder what that looks like. I need to sacrifice something else to go. Do we really need to sacrifice things? I mean, come on. We're dealing with... Okay, we are dealing with the Old Testament God, so I guess you have a point there. Oh, well that was random. Free octopus. There was octopus at the guy's face. For freedom! And then an army of octopuses just swarmed the basilica. That's the voice for the octopus. Yeah, might as well. I pulled a Guillemon voice there. I mean, almost Guillemon voice. I'm pretty sure I could do better. Alright, well, I guess that's it for the octopus. No, Scar, I can't sacrifice you. Then who else will I abuse? I'm just kidding. Alright, so where do we need to go now? Oh my god, this place is really big. I just realized how big this place is. This is definitely a final dungeon for an S&T game. Okay, so head due north from the entryway into the hall, and you'll meet the Law Hero again. Okay, so that's pretty much all we needed to... Wrong direction. This way, actually. Ah, here he is. Arthur, and for some reason he's now called the Law Hero, just like Lobo when we met him in Tokyo Destinyland. I guess that's supposed to signify that they're no longer our friends. They've fully been converted. By the way, since he is technically on screen, I might as well show off what Arthur's official artwork as the Law Hero looks like. So let me open up OBS, and in fact you can even see it in the background of Mogrim. I thought that would have been a nice touch. So this is basically what Mogrim looks like now. Yeah, does not look at all of what he used to look like, does he? You know, back in the day when he had the silky brown hair and the red jacket. Yeah, now he's like a Mr. Pope. Look at that fucking Pope hat. That actually looks pretty cool. Right, let me actually zoom in. That. Yeah, I have to admit, for as weird as he looks, I do kind of like the design. Oh, he even has the I just noticed this. Can I actually zoom up a little bit more? This is gonna look really weird in the stream, but he does. He actually has like the symbol of the Hojo on his helmet, like literally on the emblem. I mean, you could also make a Zelda reference with that, you know, with the Triforce, but I'm pretty sure they were going for the Hojo symbol instead. Considering that I think this predated Zelda by a couple years, maybe this actually was released after Zelda. Either way, it's a pretty interesting design. Much better than the Chaos Hero, in my opinion. He almost looks like Sima Yi. Yeah, I can get that. It's the Pope hat, isn't it? I think it was Dynasty Warriors 7 where Sima Yi had the Pope hat. I usually just call him Mr. Pope. He's Mr. Foot Pope. Yeah, basically. Oh yeah, and Kazuma Kaneko cannot draw feet for the life of him. Like, literally. It's probably one of the only things he really can't draw. It's funny you say that, Dylan, because there's also other official artwork where you actually see what's under the Pope hat, and I'll tell you now, it does not look pretty. It's basically like he has scars all over his head where his hair used to be. Almost like they experimented on him, like lobotomy style. It's actually quite disturbing. I probably should have showed that off, but you know, it's gonna take forever to look for that artwork, so I'll probably show it off for the next stream. If there is a next stream anyways, I actually don't know. Welcome, Mogrim, to the holy land of the Messians, the cathedral, or basilica. It is only a matter of time before God's 1,000-year kingdom becomes reality. However, the cathedral has been invaded by hordes of demons, and apparently a bunch of octopuses too. At this rate, we can't wait for God to arrive. He would never arrive in a place full of so much hentai. We'll have to take matters into our own hands. We'll have to create our own hentai. Ah, at long last, God has unleashed his holy fury upon the earth. The Tokyo that had been enshrouded in evil power is now no more. The heathens that dwell within wiped from the face of the earth. What is going on here? Finally, the purification of earth is at its end. There was an earthquake, and suddenly he's talking as if everything is gone? I'll let you see for yourself what has become of Tokyo. Witness it with your own eyes. Okay. I guess that means we have to head out here. Head out of here. The foot revision. That's a religion I want to be in, Green Raccoon. Whoa. Do you see the... Use the octopus was... Oh, I just pressed down on the ocean and suddenly I just called the octopus. Okay. You leave all the swimming and the stuff to me. Oh, so we can basically ride the octopus. And I like how our sprite icon is basically turned upside down. That's pretty cool. But what the heck happened here? Did he flood Tokyo? Oh my goodness, look at this! He's basically flood the entirety of Tokyo. You're longer. You look quite different from your later designs in SMT. You're not a worm anymore, but oh my god, he actually flooded Tokyo. So that's what he meant by eradicating all of the heathens outside of the basilica. So literally everything outside of the basilica is basically flooded. All of those people who were in every single town we were in are now gone. Oh my goodness. So... he said that God did this, right? Yeah, he said that Yahweh was the one who casted his judgment upon all of Tokyo, so yeah, Yahweh just basically pulled a Noah's Ark and flooded the entire land. Everything is basically underwater and in ruins, and all the people who weren't with the Messians are basically all just dead. Damn. And these are the people who we're aligned with. Need I remind you guys? Yeah, God is kind of a dick in this series. So now, one is an evil asshole, and now the other is a Yu-Gi-Oh! Lookalike? You know what? Yeah, that does make sense, Arsenal. It is gone. The cathedral is basically Noah's Ark at this point. Yeah, pretty much. Damn. So that's why the FAQ told me to finish off everything in the other towns before I got to that point. Okay. So it's at this point, I guess, where you basically cannot backtrack to any location because they're all underwater. They're all flooded. Literally everything is flooded now. Damn. Goddamn. Or at least we can finally see the holes that the ICBM missiles left. Oh, but what's this? Oh, apparently some of the buildings are still high enough to not be affected. In fact, the Tokyo Metropolitan building is still there. In fact, we can actually go in it? Okay, the 32nd floor. Apparently the flood is so bad it's all the way up to the 32nd floor. That pretty much tells you that basically everything is flooded now. Damn. But this begs the question, what now? What do we do now? Oh my god, it's a Kraken! We're basically fighting the octopus's cousin. And yeah, we're pretty much... It seems like we're basically just fighting anything that's related to... anything that can fly, or anything that can be in water. Oh, this is a pretty dour moment. I honestly didn't expect this. Does this happen even though you're not on the law path? Like, if you're on the neutral path, does Tokyo still get flooded? Cause, damn, this actually paints the Messiahs in a pretty dark light. He destroyed the origin of hentai. Oh, so he's Merkaba now, okay. We've all been consumed by the lust of anime and manga. We are technically filth in God's eyes now. Okay, so... Okay, seriously, what do we do now? I am gonna look at the guide. So yeah, we pretty much picked up all of the weapons. Interesting. So what we technically needed to do now is... Wait, that doesn't make any sense. The entire place is flooded. All of the locations that I'm supposed to go to is flooded. Okay, so apparently what the guide has said is that after we made it to the Basilica, the law hero, or Arthur in this case, tells us that we need to head to 4 different locations to deal with 4 specific demons who are apparently making things difficult for the Messiahs. The 4 heavenly kings, who are all located in specific red mansions. And if you guys remember from the last part of the live stream series, we actually dealt with one of those bosses in one of the red mansions. There are 4 of them, and I'm pretty sure I only fought 2, so... Did I technically sequence break 2 whole bosses? I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Interesting. Well, I guess we don't have to deal with those 4 heavenly gods then. Could you imagine people waving their hands as you pass by? Oh, those poor people. The only few people who are basically on top of these buildings at the moment. This happens no matter what. Oh, really? Damn. Damn. So no matter what, Tokyo is basically going to be flooded. Tokyo does not get a break in this game. First it was hit with ICBM missiles, and now it's flooded. The metropolis of Tokyo sunk beneath the ocean. Oh, yeah, the red mansion that I entered. Okay, so I guess I can technically still enter in the red mansions, but I guess there's really no point anymore, considering it just says that they're all flooded? Huh. Well, either way, I guess all we can really do now is just continue with whatever the guide tells me, so let's see. After hearing, you'll hear a rumble. Yeah, apparently I did skip 2 whole bosses with the 4 Heavenly Kings, so... Oh well, I guess I skipped out of some content, but I did not know you could do that. Flooded Tokyo. Damn. Damn. We get it, you like seafood. And meat, yep. David definitely loves his meat. Oh my god, oh no, Scar, you're sleepy? Too bad I can't go on Discord at the moment. Lass, I am using my phone for the guide right now. Return. Oh, so apparently we need to head back to the Basilica and meet up with the Law Hero again, because he actually wants to give us some interesting information. So yeah, the only reason we were actually meant to come out here is just to see, yeah, Tokyo's basically gone. This begs another question. What the hell happened to Tokyo and SMT2? Like, it's supposed to be a sequel, and apparently, since Tokyo still gets flooded in the neutral path, what happens to all the water? I'm pretty sure it's not that far into the future. So let's see. Our ally Vishnu, really? We're getting into this guy? Our ally Vishnu is fighting Ravana at the government office in Shinjuku, and the battle does not fare well for him. The government office, really? We were literally just there. Ravana is creating a barrier over Tokyo to keep God out. So long as he lives, the barrier remains, and God will not be able to descend to the Basilica. Vishnu went there to kill Vishnu, the Buddhist, or is it Hindu? I think it's Hindu? Yeah, it's Hindu. The Hindu god of creation is siding with the Christian cult. Okay. This is about as weird as the Norse god Thor's siding with them. That did happen, by the way. That did happen. Part 3. But is facing heavy resistance. Please help, Master Vishnu. You're the only one I can count on, Magrim. Please help us. Well, you know, this actually does kind of make sense, considering... Really? A thug? I'm pretty sure... Yeah. Dude, we haven't faced thugs since the beginning of the fucking game. Seriously, now. Well, at least they don't throw, like, really tough demons at you. Oh, no, I don't want to fight anybody. Very simple, different realities. Well, yeah, it would make sense for other games, but Shin Megami Tensei 2 is basically... It's meant to be a sequel of SMT1, considering there are events in this game that are referenced in 2. So... They might explain it in SMT2 that I probably never saw before. And ooh, really? We're facing a giant in the middle of the fucking ocean? Oh, then again, it is a giant, so it could probably... It's probably bigger than 32 feet, so... Either way, though, I'm not going to waste my time. Let's just use a stoma. And head to the... Tokyo Government Office, or the Metropolitan Office. Whatever name it likes to use, which I believe is in Shinjuku. I only know that because of Digimon Season 3. It took place in Shinjuku, and the Tokyo Metropolitan Building was one of the key settings of the season. In fact, it was the exact place where they were doing those creepy experiments. Yep, I was right, Shinjuku. Alright, so Apparently we are here to help our ally Vishnu fight against his enemy Ravana, apparently? I actually don't know who Ravana is, although I do know who Vishnu is. It's surprising that he is in SMT1 when in SMT4 Apocalypse he actually becomes an important character. So that's pretty cool. I wonder what his design is going to be like for this game. Is it going to have the green skin, the pink skin? Or is it going to be something completely different? I have no idea. Well, before we do anything, we might as well pop on another Estoma just so we don't run into anything here. And wow, this 32nd floor is actually pretty damn small. It's literally just one square. Elevator. Oh, what is this? Nothing! Okay. Oh, they even have a terminal here. Okay, well, don't mind if I do. I might as well use it. And yeah, I think I might want to save in case I were to use Traport again. And just to make sure I don't mess up, yes, I will keep playing. There we go. Help Vishnu or the Chaos Fags will take his pipe as a trophy. They'll make him dance for all eternity. But he loves to dance anyway. Shut up! That's Shiva, not Vishnu. Okay, so where are we supposed to go? Oh, so apparently there are two different elevators. Of course, since I believe the Tokyo Metropolitan Building is meant to be two towers. So that leads to the right tower, that leads to the left tower. And according to the guide, Vishnu is to the west. So we might want to go meet up with Vishnu first. To the 45th floor. Okay. And this is probably obvious, I probably don't need to say it at all, but if you're Chaos alignment, then you basically have to help Ravana fight Vishnu. But nope, we're Law alignment, so we're technically helping our good boy Vishnu here. So... okay, so apparently there is a whole area in this map that's basically darkened out. Which begs the question, why would you even enter into that part of the dungeon? I have no clue. Yeah, the stairs are literally just right here. We're gonna take these. I'm covered. Whoa, okay, you all heard that, right? You all heard that little audio skip? I did not do that whatsoever. That was the game, not me. Covered in 4 blankets. I'm warm now. Good for you, Real. Good for you. Okay, so we need to head up. Or maybe not. There are 2 items you can get in this floor. A smoke bomb and 4000 Maka. Both I do not need whatsoever. So we're basically just going to skip those things and head all the way up here. To the 47th floor. Damn, how long are these 2 buildings? Uh, 47th floor. Okay, no items here either, even though... yeah, you literally don't find much items at this point in the game. I guess this is the point where you basically just say screw everything and you just continue with the plot. Which, okay, I'm all for it, you know, because I pretty much have everything that I need at this point. I doubt that I would stop for any like useless items like a smoke bomb or anything like that. And this is the floor where we meet Vishnu, so let's head all the way up to the north. Ah, thank you, FAQ map. You are still amazing to me. Even though sometimes you screw up. Will you go inside? Well, before that, we might want to make a save state. just in case anything is to go wrong. And let us meet with Vishnu and see what he looks like. Oh! I didn't expect that. He... For a second there, I thought that was meant to be Parvati, but only because of the pink hair, but no. That's a pretty interesting Vishnu design, although I'm kind of used to the multiple arms, snake-like body. No wait, Shiva had the snake-like body. Vishnu had the rings all over his arms, and yeah, this is just a really weird design to me, even though it's probably the most normal Vishnu has ever been. Way better than his Darth Vader version in SNT4 Apocalypse. So what are you guys up to in the chats? Tosses in a diet soda, 2 liters with Mentos in it, and... Really, Arsenal? Did you just mess up my chat? You literally exploded my chat with soda. I mean, not like I'm complaining. I love soda. In fact, I have a soda right here, which I should probably open. It's starting to get a little bit warm. Yeah, I left the mic on just so you guys could hear that. But I will mute it when I start drinking. Ah, that carbonated goodness. By the way, it's a Coca-Cola. Sorry if I'm not talking like I used to. I just enjoy this best. Oh, it's okay, Scar. It's fine. Oh, even though you really should be sleeping right now. Then again, it's Friday, right? Yeah, it's Friday. It is Friday, so you know. You can stay up as long as you want. I prefer Oh yeah, Vishnu was in Revelations Persona. He wasn't really that important in the game, was he? He was more so just concept art and a special hidden persona that you could get. But yeah, I remember that design of Vishnu being very leather happy, and I kind of like it. I kind of wish Cosmo Kaneko would do something with it again, but you know, I guess it's just relegated to Persona 1, and that's it. Wait, it's Saturday? Of course it's Saturday. Spirits on drugs again. Dylan, when am I not on drugs? Vishnu. Oh, could it be? Yes, you are the humans to whom I am entrusted my power. I would give him an accent, but I probably don't want to, considering I am terrible with accents. Come, fight with me, help me defeat Ravana, and open the path for God to take to the cathedral. Vishnu became your party member. Became your minion. Okay. We just automatically get Vishnu. Oh, I didn't expect that. Okay, so I guess I am. I guess I should be glad that I ended up meeting Vishnu first. Okay, so how good is level 82, 990 HP, 822 MP? That's better than Snow and Morgan combined. Oh, look at that strength stat. I think that's as much as Snow has, technically. And he has Megiddo, Mahama, and Diarahan. Not really that great skills. I mean, considering Megiddo isn't really that great in this game, but look at that fucking HP. That is really good. Okay, so I guess we can summon him, right? He's level 82. He doesn't just say like your level is too low, so you can't summon me. Can we actually summon him right now? Oh my god, I think we can. We can summon Vishnu. That is amazing. Okay, well this changes my party setup completely. Also, by the way, I totally did not plan this, but Vishnu and Lakshmi. I believe Lakshmi is Vishnu's wife, so it's kind of appropriate that I have the couple in my party. And I think my dad is watching a game in the background, so if you guys hear screaming in the background, ignore that. But you said Friday. I know I said Friday. It's Friday. No, I'm not gonna sing that. Damn it, that song is so catchy. Spirit has some of Vishnu's weed pipe. Kinda why the Chaos faction wanted it so badly, cause it never runs out. But no, Krishna ended up having to take it as himself. Curse that Krishna. Even though he is technically a part of Vishnu. Oh, that's one of the that's one of the few things I can actually applaud Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse for actually doing what Shin Megami Tensei usually does and references mythology and religion. Because Vishnu is, I believe, the reincarnation of Krishna. And spoiler alert for Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse, even though I'm pretty sure none of you in the chat will probably ever play the game, but Krishna ends up fusing with another character to become Vishnu. So I kind of like that, you know? Kind of a reference to the mythology of Krishna technically being Vishnu, in a sense. A reincarnation, technically. And it definitely isn't the first time Shin Megami Tensei has tackled reincarnations. And it definitely won't be the last. Okay, so since we finally recruited Krishna, damn it, well technically I guess you could say we recruited Krishna, a version of Krishna. We recruited Vishnu, so now let's go fight Ravana. Let me pull up the map for Ravana now. And it seems to be just as straightforward as getting to Vishnu. Oh, but I forgot to use my my stoma. So I might as well use that before we leave this location. These guys are actually pretty tough. They even managed to paralyze Snow. Yeah, I am not fighting these things again. Okay, now I know my dad is watching a game. He's screaming like so many times in the background. Good thing we have a ton of Disparatises. And just in case, we're gonna pop a... Let's just use a Mediarhan. I mean, we have enough MP to spare, and I'm probably not gonna use Throne for the boss battle. So might as well. I forgot to use the Estoma. But I at least know I can deal with Dakinki. I was about to say Dakinki. It sounds like Dakinki. I mean, in later games, you could pretty much call her Dakinki with the dick she does. Yeah, that is definitely kinky. Oh boy, you guys are making more JoJo references. Oh, and even Arsenal started watching JoJo. Okay, oh, I started watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, and I got to say it's very good. Dang it, everyone in my friends circle is watching JoJo. I guess I should give into peer pressure and start watching it as well. Or I could just wait after I'm done with Agito. Yeah, I'll do that. Currently the shows that I'm watching are, well, currently the new shows that I'm watching, because I'm actually rewatching some old animes from my childhood. One of them is Kamen Rider Agito, which technically isn't an anime, it's more so just a tokusatsu show. But you know, it's really entertaining, and I'm loving what I've seen at this point. I've only watched the first episode, but I'm definitely watching more tomorrow, and I'm so excited to see what else is going to happen. As for the as for the old shows that I'm watching, I'm actually rewatching a bit of Legend of Korra. After I watched after I finished watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I gotta say, the show is much better now that I can truly appreciate it with an adult's point of view. It's actually really well written, and it's surprising how much they planned out the entire story to the point where you could literally get references that were made in like the first episode all the way to like season 3, and it's so good, it's so good. And Korra, while it does have some issues, I can still appreciate it for what it is. And goddamn, that third season of Korra is amazing. The second season was also pretty good too, even though a lot of people don't really like it. I love the mood that it takes with its sort of mystery point of view. And then there's season 4, and then there's the comics, which I really would have wanted those to be animated, but you know what? Having Korsami at all is just great. It's perfect. By the way, speaking of JoJo references, in the pre-reboot Archie comics, the Acorn family's royal birthmark is star-shaped. Oh, is that meant to be a JoJo reference? Probably is. It probably is. Yes, we have your brother captured. Does Akira laughed? Oh, that's another show I need to rewatch again. Death Note. Ah, Death Note. One of the best dubbed animes. Literally the best. And Tails bulking up the Titan Tails reminds me of the Pillar Men. Now, I have heard of the Pillar Men. I don't know what they are, but I have heard of that name before. As for Titan Tails, oh, I've seen that. I've definitely seen that before. No, stop booping me, Dylan. Don't boop me. My nose is a boop-free zone. Okay, so I think this is where the boss is, so let's save state. And since I have no idea how strong this boss is going to be, since I don't read the wiki's boss information, let's summon our main party. And obviously we're going to summon Vishnu because, well, he's the one who wants to fight Ravana in the first place. And we're also going to have his wife backing him up. You can do it, sweetie. She better be his wife, or else I'd be looking like a dipshit this entire time. And let's have a giant. Let's just have a giant in the background for no reason. Let's replace him with Throne. And Throne I'm actually going to return to the comp because she's more so the Estoma bitch. So let's return Throne and instead summon Oberion. He might be useful. He's mostly going to be using magic, so let's have him in the back row. And let's also have Lakshmi in the back row because, again, she's also going to be just using magic. So let's think of our formation. We have to have the physical attackers in the front. So obviously Mogrim, Snow as well, and Atlus. And then we'll have Vishnu, Lakshmi, and Oberion in the back. Because Vishnu will be spamming Megiddo. See, we don't even need Snow for Megiddo anymore. We just have Vishnu. Oh, this is amazing. And I think we're pretty much all set. So let's enter into the room with Ravana. And just because I have no idea who Ravana is, I only know who Vishnu is, and oh, but he does have a pretty cool design. I kind of like that. That is honestly what I expected Vishnu to look like. So, I guess one of them got the cool design, the cool multi-arm design. So let me actually look up what Ravana even is. Ravana SMT. And it looks like he's something else. He has a completely different design in Digital Devil Saga. Of course he would be in Digital Devil Saga. That game is basically all about Hindu mythology. Even Arsenal hates Titan Tales. Scar, what the hell are you talking about? Death Note is obviously the best dub ever. Like, I love Naruto, but I will fight you, dude. I will fight you for Death Note. And the worst dub ever obviously goes to Digimon. That's a pretty terrible dub. Okay, so I actually found him. History. Ravana. Ravana appears in the Ramayana, I have no idea what that is, as the demon king of Lanka. So many terms that I have no idea what they mean. And the principal antagonist of Rama. No, that's Rava. I was thinking of the Legend of Korra, goddess of light. Yeah, they called her Rava, which, now that I think about it, Rava kind of sounds like Rama. Little bit like Ravana. And then there's Vatu, who has a V. Sounds a bit like... No, it doesn't sound like it, but it has a V similar to Vishnu. Were they trying to make a Hindu god parallels with those two? I mean, it would be interesting because they basically flipped the gods' roles if that were the case, and if so, that's actually pretty cool. That makes season 2 of Legend of Korra even more amazing than it already is, in my opinion. So much lore so much lore and love of mythology put into that show. It is amazing. So back to Ravana. Ravana is born to a Brahmin father and grew up to become a great scholar. He performed a penance that took many years, pleasing the creator god Brahma, who is the creator god of that religion, who granted him a boon, initially asking for immortality, but was refused. Ravana asked for protection against Devas, who I believe were the demons of Hindu. Demons of spirits, yeah, that's basically what they are. He later went on to become king of Lanka, and soon king of all living things. Dude, and this guy's supposed to be a villain? His hubris led him to kidnap Sita. Okay, yeah. Of course that would make him a villain. Which was Rama's wife. In retaliation, Rama incarnated as a human, circumventing the boon given to Rama and killed Ravana. So he reincarnated himself so he would escape the loophole that Ravana had, which basically protected him from any demons. He didn't expect a human though, so that's actually pretty interesting. No mention of Vishnu though, so I don't know why he's technically a arch enemy of Vishnu in this game, but you know, I'm not gonna complain. Not my tail, not my tail. You don't boop a wolf's tail. Watch anime Abandon if you want to hear worse dubs. I kinda don't want to. Honestly, I kinda just don't want to watch those type of dubs anymore. I'm good with Digimon, thank you. But anyway, let's get back into the story. You dare oppose me? I see. So you wield the power of Vishnu himself. Well. Interesting. Very well. I suppose I could play with you a little bit. Also, he has like multiple heads. He kind of reminds me of Ashura, which is also in this game. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Tenma Ravana. Well, since we're fighting a boss battle, I might as well pull out the boss battle theme that we usually do in my Tensei streams. So let me pull up the boss battle theme that I'm going to use. However, considering we're fighting a creation of Brahma, I think I have a much more appropriate theme to play in the background during this boss battle. So 1 second, let me just look it up on YouTube. I think I found it. Alright. Green Raccoon's definitely gonna get a kick out of this. Oh yeah, we're playing the Brahma theme from Digital Devil Saga 2. Oh, I love this final boss theme. And you know what? It perfectly fits since we're fighting not only a creation of Brahma, but a Hindu god himself. So, let's get into this. It's boss battle time. And like usual, we're going to have Malgrim use his sword. And Snow, we're actually going to have her use her Lotus Wand to attack and see just how much damage that can really do, considering it's going to be her ultimate weapon. Atlus, we're actually going to make use of your Sukukaja, which is the evasion and agility boosting spell. So not only will things hit more, but there's a chance that Ravana's attacks might miss. So we're definitely going to be using that buff. And Vishnu, you're going to take out your arch enemy with a... And Lakshmi, you're going to back up your husband with Mediarahan. Let's hope she goes after Ravana. And Oberion Makarakarn, just in case. Vishnu casts Megiddo, and that does 41 damage, yeah. See how much magic can really do in this game? Not really all that worth it. And unfortunately, Lakshmi went before Ravana. But at least we got the Makarakarn off. Malgrim. See that? Did he use the Mazanma? I believe he used the Mazanma, didn't he? Yes, he did. So now, thanks to the Makarakarn, we were able to reflect all of those attacks. Yeah, this boss literally has nothing on us with our setup. All we really need to do is just keep spamming Makarakarns and he'll basically never be able to touch us. And the Hino Kagusuchi definitely doing its work. Now let's see how much the Lotus Wand can do. And how many times can it hit? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's almost 400 damage from Snow alone. And we didn't even use a Tarukaja. Oh my god, this is amazing. Yep, okay. I am so glad I went with the physical build with Snow. Much better than the magic build, in my opinion. And of course, if we had, if we really, we could cheese this boss even more by having Hamon out and him casting Tarukaja so it could raise our physical attack strength. But I kinda don't want to. I want to see if we can actually take out this boss without actually getting hit once. Everyone is alright. Okay, so that is a healing spell. Well, in that case, she really can't do anything at the moment because nobody lost any HP. So, just attack. And Oberion, you use that Makarakarn again. We're gonna reflect it again. Let's hope he uses let's hope he uses a magic attack, so we can just reflect it back again. Oh, he actually healed himself. Oh, thankfully it was just a diorama, not a Diarahan. Diarahan would have healed him completely. Oh my god, this music makes this boss battle so fucking epic. I mean, this is technically a final boss theme, so I guess it would. And yeah, we're basically going to repeat our strategy. We didn't even get hit there. I'm starting to think that we'll probably just kill this boss without getting hit at all. And I'm not complaining. I mean, I'm starting to think I might have grinded a little too much at this point. Wow, Megiddo does not do that much damage at all. And he reflected that back again. Oh my god. We killed him! We actually killed him without getting hit at all. That's even better than the Echidna battle. Oh my god. Oh, I love that. That was beautiful. That was beautiful right there. He didn't even touch us once. So what are you guys saying? Yep, just more just more JoJo references. And too many boops. Guys, stop booping me. It hurts. It hurts. And all the Muda Mudas. Good job. Thank you, thank you. Oh, that was perfect. That was perfect. Even though he doesn't really give that much experience. Wow. Okay, dude. Cheapskate. The 4 Guardians of Tokyo gave me more experience than you. So, I am to be vanquished once more, without getting the chance to slay Vishnu. Yeah, and for... Okay. Indrajit. Who is this? Wait. Murder of my father, Ravana? Wait. Yeah, murder of my father, Ravana. I won't let you get away. I will avenge my father. What, his son? Literally, just his son just drops in and just says, hello, oh hey, you murdered my father, okay, I'm gonna kill you. What? Well, this was random. Another boss battle, I guess? Huh, no wonder that boss... No wonder Ravana was so easy. Technically, we had to fight yet another boss. Well, if that's the case... Since we're fighting his son... Round 2? Round 2, I guess? Oh man, I'm making good use out of this music. Aw, Arsenal complimented you. Good job. Alright, hopefully this guy is just as easy as his father. In fact, since we're actually fighting this guy, let's actually look up his bio. So, Ravana had a son, Indrajit. I don't recognize that name, so he probably never appeared in another Shin Megami Tensei game after this. Indrajit. Or... Meganada. Oh, so he has a different name. And I was wrong, he does actually appear in Digital Devil Saga, of course. And my phone is about to die, so I may have to put it on the charger. 1 second. Alrighty, my phone was literally at 3%, and for some reason, I'm looking at Indrajit's design in Digital Devil Saga, and he's like this really weird giant porcupine ball. It's kind of crazy looking. So let's look at his history. Indrajit, meaning conqueror of Indra, appeared in the epic of Ramayana as the son of Ravana, the king of Lanka. His original name was Meghanada, for the battle cries he made sounded like thunder. Meghanada sounded like thunder? Or does Meghanada mean something else? I don't know. He was named Indrajit by Brahma, when he defeated and humiliated the king of Devas, Indra, of whom Brahma asked to be released, and in return granted Indrajit many celestial weapons and a boon of invincibility. So like his father, he gained essentially a buff. So, wait, he gained immortality? No, he gained invincibility, unlike his father. Okay, that makes sense. So in a way, he's actually much more smarter than his father, because his father was the one who asked for the invincibility against demons. This dude just straight up asked for invincibility, period. So no human or reincarnation will ever kill him. Also, I just realized something. A reincarnated human. Now this is actually pretty important in terms of the story of SNT1. A reincarnated human was able to defeat Ravana in his mythology. The reincarnation of... was it Vishnu or was it something else? Either way, an interesting thing to add. A reincarnated human was able to defeat him. Keep that in mind for later when we get to later points in the story, because that might actually be an important factor. But for now, let's face this boss again. So Indrajit, we're basically just going to do the same strategy that we did against your father. So just spam Makakajas or Makarkarns and just wail on him with our human characters. Vishnu, you're just going to use another Megiddo. You're really not that useful at this point. In fact, why don't you just use a normal attack? Let's see what you can do in terms of physical attacks. And Makarkarn, just to be safe. Now will he used a magic attack. And it hit him back. And it shocked him too. So he can't go for the next turn. Oh, this is amazing. Yeah, we're totally gonna school this dude. We beat up the father, now let's beat up the son. What a messed up family this is. Even if Titan Tails was too bizarre for Sonic, I wish they used him more often because, come on, the pre-reboot Archie comics were weird in the first place. And I can't argue with that. I mean, especially with people like Mammoth Mogul running around in that setting. Yeah, I really can't argue with anything you just said in that sentence. So, although I think the social backlash of Titan Tales probably made it so the writers probably never wanted to use him again. Oh man. Wow, Oberion is a really useful demon, and even then. Even then, when Indrajit was able to go before Oberion, he used Zionga on the one character that isn't affected by it. Perfect. It's just perfect. Oh man. Well, at least he has a lot more defense than his father did. But we still defeated him without... We defeated 2 bosses in a row without losing any health whatsoever. I honestly don't know what to say. I'm speechless about this. And hey, he actually gave a decent amount of experience. We actually leveled up from that. So in that case, I might as well turn off the music now. Goodbye, Brahma's theme. You were amazing. You were so amazing. Dylan, you don't have any clue what Titan Tail is? Oh, dude, you are missing out. You are missing out. Why not make them older a bit? Because Titan Tails could be molded right. Didn't they technically make Tails older in one of the arcs in the Archie comics? I think it was one where it took place in the future. I believe it was a future one. And wasn't he also married to someone? Oh man. My memories of the few Archie comics that I ended up reading or researching online is it's just gone. it's basically just scattered in my mind at this point. Let's see, Mogren leveled up. What should we distribute this point in? Because really, we don't really need to distribute it in anything now. Or well, I guess we could go for max strength. Yeah, let's go for max strength. And Snow leveled up too. Now with Snow, we're gonna put this point in strength. I want her Lotus Wand to be much more stronger. And that's it. Well, why? We killed the father and the son. Ah, I feel dirty. Yeah, and I bet that a Swole-Tails JoJo posing while fighting an immortal wizard like Mammoth Mako would be hilarious. I mean, it would be just the right of insanity that would fit in the Archie comics. Am I wrong? Well, since we're finally done with this place, let's use the Teleport spell and get back to the first floor. So yeah, I guess Vishnu is just a permanent demon in our party now. I mean, I'm not complaining, that's cool. I'm cool with it. But yeah, we're gonna return all of our demons, especially Vishnu. Because I don't want to waste any more magnetite running around, although we will bring out our throne for Istoma. So now that we're done with that, I believe that's all we need to do for the Metropolitan building. So, let's head back to the cathedral, which is surprisingly the only place that we can head back to at this point. You can refresh your memory by going to Sonic Amy MCDo's channel, since he's got all the comics available on his channel for free. Really, Green Raccoon? Let me just look that up real quick. Sonic Amy MCDo. Oh, well, she's definitely popular. Or he. Oh yeah, they are update. They do have most of the Archie comics uploaded on their channel. Oh, they even have Riverdale. They even have Fable comics. Oh wow, they've uploaded like a ton of different comics, not just Sonic, but they uploaded the different ones too. They even have Rick and Morty comics. Okay, I'm sold. I'm definitely subscribing, and I'm definitely gonna watch that later. In fact, let me just save that playlist for later, so it'll be an easy access for me, and sweet! Thanks for the recommendation, Green. Thanks. Dylan, please, for the love of Yahweh, do not look it up. You'll be scarred for life. Well, since we're done with the Metropolitan building, let's head back to Arthur and see what he has to say. Oh, Arthur isn't even here anymore. It's dangerous ahead, as there are still a lot of demons lurking about out there. Our savior, Master Arthur, went in towards the heart of the Basilica, but hasn't returned yet. I won't tell you not to go, but please be careful. Okay, so I think this might be it. The final dungeon in the game. We're actually getting into the knit and grit of the Basilica. Tokyo Government Building. Yep, literally after this, the Basilica. And, ooh, this is interesting. According to the guide, depending on your alignment, you can actually go two different ways. You can either go to the top floors to encounter the law-oriented uh, demons, or the law-oriented faction of the Messians, or you can go to the basement to encounter the Chaos Alignment demons, Chaos Alignment group that are the Gaians. And depending on your current alignment, you have to go to the one that you're part of. So it seems like we're gonna have to head to the top floors. So floor 2 is apparently where we're supposed to go. Well, since we used an Estoma, and since we're finally in the Basilica, I might as well, well, I'm starting to get a little sick of how this theme just repeatedly loops over and over and over and over again for the only 20 seconds that it has. So instead, we're actually gonna do something interesting here. Instead of playing music from YouTube during the boss battles, I'm actually going to use this opportunity to play the Basilica theme from the PS1 version, if it even is on here. Yep, here it is, and it's a 30-minute extension. Ooh, nice. Uploaded by a Neo Anthrax. Of course it is. He's the dude where I got those pretty insane Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck concept art from the last stream. So that's pretty cool. He's also a really big Megami Tensei fan, so let's play the theme now. Ah, that's better. That's better. I can already tell that it's using the PS1. Oh wait, is it using the PS1 instruments? Yeah, I think it is. I'm pretty sure these are the PS1 instruments. So, let's get back into the game and mute the music from in-game and just listen to the PS1 version of the Cathedral. Yeah, there's the part that I like. And it's even going into the slow beat. Oh, I love this so much. Ah, we're finally here, folks. The final dungeon. And this is gonna be a beefer. 6 floors and 6 basement floors. Each floor is as huge as the Diamond Realm. Oh man, this is gonna take a while. Oh shit, Dylan, you got a lot of homework? And it's only Saturday. You really should get started on that, you know. Oh no. And he looked it up, didn't he? Yep. You warned me about giant tails like this. Well, it technically is giant tails. And he's starting to sing now. For those of you who don't know, Dylan sings when he's nervous, so... Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Alright, so... this is gonna be a long trek. What are we supposed to do here? I'm gonna have to read this guide very intently. Law Hero. So we need to come back to the Basilica after defeating Ravana. Floor 1, from where you met the Messiah, tells you about the Law Hero. So we just met the Messiah guy, and now we need to head to reference point BG and go down basement floor 1. Wait, basement floor 1? Okay, I guess... maybe? Well, I guess I'll start with that location first. Basement floor 1. B1. B1. Oh, this place is too big for its own good. Reference point BG. Okay. which is actually literally just right here. Okay, if only I had known that now. So we go down this staircase and we make it to the... Ooh, I actually really like this color scheme. It's exactly like how the basilica is, but it has like a red carpet and white stone walls. That's pretty cool. I like that. Now after we get to the B1, we need to head to the center of the room. All the way to the center. Of course we do. Of course we do. This place is so confusing and it's so huge at the same time. I barely know where I am. Okay, I think I found my bearings. Like seriously guys, you would be surprised how huge this entire dungeon is. Spirit, I didn't look it up. Dylan, you really should look it up. Even though I told you like 5 minutes ago not to look it up, you really should. Just because. Even everyone else is saying do it. Alright, before I lose my bearings, need to head in this direction. Man, thank goodness for the FAQ maps, or else I would have been lost forever. Now let's just have this place mapped out while we're trekking through it. Just so in case I do lose my bearings, I at least have an idea of where I'm at. This area leads to a dead end, so let's map that out. I'm basically thinking, basically the way I'm doing it right now is I'm thinking 3 steps ahead, so I'm mapping out any place that is a dead end. So in the event that I would need to come back here, I will basically know that I don't need to go in that direction when I open up the minimap. Before we actually head in there, let's do a save state because I'm actually kind of scared. Let's go inside. And we may actually have to mute the music, so second. Literally everyone is saying do it, Dylan. You have no choice. You have to do it. At least before the stream ends, you have to do it. You have to see him. Malgrim, things have gotten pretty bad. Lobo has activated the cathedral's central nuclear reactor. Whoa. The Basilica has a central nuclear reactor? Have we not learned from the mistakes of the first part of the game? Of course we wouldn't, because these people don't think. They literally flooded an entire land just because. Of course they would use it. But yeah, Lobo is still around, and he's apparently working for the Gaians more so than ever. The standing force against Arthur at this point. 2 friends on polar opposite sides of a war. And us now joining one side. It would be a lot more poetic if we were going down the neutral path, because at this point we would have had to fight both of them. But you know, fighting one is good enough. We just had to side with the Lofax, didn't we? And the leader of the Chaos Army, the demon Ashura Lord, has made his way to the 8th basement of the cathedral. Okay, so it's not 6 floors, it's 8 floors. Even more than I thought it would be. Through his leadership, the Chaos Army has managed to bring nearly all of the lower floors of the cathedral under their control. Master Michael, who commands our forces... Saint Michael? Who commands our forces from the top floor of the cathedral, is gravely concerned with this situation. So there really are archangels here. Guess that little boy wasn't lying after all. At the speed at which they're conquering the cathedral, they may eventually overwhelm our forces. In order to take back the cathedral, we must defeat Ashura Lord. Ashura Lord, so we're not just gonna call him Ashura? Alright, dude. So yeah, apparently that's our indication that... Wait, wasn't there a door right there earlier? I guess not anymore. So yeah, that's basically our indication to head to the top floors so we can meet up with the Archangel Michael in order to figure out what exactly we need to do to defeat the Gaians. Although, let me just check the FAQ guide. Apparently... Okay, so if you were on the neutral path, this was the point in the game, like literally a hallway to the left, which we can no longer access. Well, actually, this way, actually, to the west. There's a hallway to the west where you can enter. And in that hallway, you actually end up fighting both Arthur and Lobo. So if you were on the neutral path, you would be forced to fight both of them and essentially kill them. We're on the law path, however, so we're not going to fight Arthur. We're actually siding with him. Lobo, though, I have no idea what we're going to do with him. We'll just have to wait and see, eventually. What is going on? Oh my god. Dylan actually looked it up, didn't he? He's you know, I honestly expected a much more traumatic-inducing reaction. Well, since we're back in the Basilica, let's open up the music again. Yeah, I am not dealing with that really small loop that is the SNES version. Where the hell am I? I think I lost myself. I think that room took me to a completely different direction. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Okay, let's look at north and open the auto map. Where the hell am I? I was right. It teleported me to the right of the room that we originally were in. Well, thankfully there's not much to do here, so what do we do now? Now that we met with Arthur, we meet the law hero. Your first objective is to find Michael, who is now leading the Messians as the archangel closest to God, which is exactly what he is in Christian mythology. Or religion, technically. It's not a mythology yet. Before starting that task, however, it's time to clear the first and first floor of their items. Do I really have to? Because there's not really much I want to get here. Yeah, there's really nothing I want to get from this place. I'm just going to skip that part of the guide, thank you. So let's skip that. And head to the second section of the cathedral map. Let's see. After leaving the Gaian encampment, blah 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 blah. Alright, our next objective is to reach the top of the cathedral so that you can meet with the law hero and the Seraph Saint Michael. So that is our next objective to get through the rest of this dungeon. So we need to reach the top floor. We're in the basement floor, so we're gonna have to head back to the first floor. Alright then. Thank goodness that this guide actually lets you navigate certain parts of it easily by just the click of a link. And yes, he is on the 8th floor, just like how the Ashura Lord is on the basement 8th floor. I don't get those references. It's probably more JoJo references. From the stairwell is a short trip to the next floor. Just head a bit north and you will... Uh-huh. Okay, well, first things first, we might as well use the Trapper spell. Or Trapper spell, really? I have Eternal Darkness on the mind, unfortunately. The Traport spell. And head back to a terminal. I don't even care if it's the government building terminal. We're just going to use this to teleport all the way back to the Basilica. There we go. Although we should probably save here just so we don't teleport there again. I don't even know which one I used last time. Oh, it was obviously the one in the government building. There we go. Now, what do we need to do now in order to get to the first floor? Well, first things first, let's cast a Stoma so we make sure we don't run into any more encounters. Yeah, I pretty much read everything you have to say. And let me open up the map for the Great Cathedral. And the next point we're supposed to head to is... Reference point 1M. No, wait, the reference point 2F. Okay. Just head a bit north. Bit to the north, a bit to the reference point 2F. So where is 2F in terms of that floor? Oh, it's actually not that far. Okay. Thankfully, most of these floors aren't that far. It's just they're really large and really big, and you know, it's mostly a maze. Like I said, the Diamond Realm is the worst dungeon in this game because of so much exploration you have to do. But the Basilica is probably the worst when it comes to navigation. Of course, it's much easier now, thankfully, that we have a Stoma, so we really don't have to worry about encounters anymore. And why am I unable to get to the west side of the Basilica? Of the first floor? What is going on? Oh, that's why there's a giant black dot in the middle of the Basilica. I was thinking that you could actually go through it. But no, there's actually a sort of... So this place is basically built on like a tower, with the tower in the middle of the Basilica. And basically in the middle you can't traverse it at all. And there are certain sections, like 9-way square sections all over each floor. And in order to get to a different section, you need to take certain staircases from other areas, from other floors. So what that means is, we basically have to go back all the way to the basement floor and take a different staircase to get to a different square section of the first floor. How complicated is this sounding? Yeah, very complicated. Well, good thing I'm starting to recognize the layout of this place. So we're back at the basement floor. So how do we get to the right section? This is basically just going to be me looking at the FAQ map, and if you guys really want to see how complicated this can get, look up the Shin Megami Tensei 1 FAQ guide and you'll see just how giant these dungeons really are. In fact, I might actually just do something right now and share the link right here. Just need to get the page. Go to YouTube, to the YouTubes. Why do you call the cathedral the Basilica? Because it's called the Basilica in the Aeon Genesis version, and I keep calling the Cathedral of Shadows the Cathedral of Shadows. So having two places being called the Cathedral is sort of confusing to me. And besides, I much prefer the name Basilica, so I use that. Page 5, I believe. Alright, I just left a link in the chat, so if you guys really want to see how complicated these dungeons can really be, there's the FAQ guide that I'm using. And if you really want to see how bad it is, just look at the, I think it's the 4th page? No, actually, yeah, it is the 4th page. I left the wrong link, which leads to the side quest page instead. Well, basically just head to the 4th page and look at the Cathedral dungeon, and you'll see just how complicated this place really is. And how torturous I am putting myself, how much torture I am really putting myself through. Well, since we need to head to a different section, let's go back to oh, I think I lost my bearings again. No, wait. I think I found them. Just head north. Go inside. I think we end up meeting Arthur again. No, actually, nobody's here. But it does teleport us to the right side of the basement floor. And then we just head into another staircase. Which staircase? I do not remember. I believe it's this one up here. Oh, I really shouldn't have used that traport spell. We probably could have gotten to the 2nd floor at this point. And the staircase should be right here. Let's just map out the rest of this room, because if I ever do intend on coming back here, I'll have it mapped out. Arsenal, why do you change your account profile every time you show up? I don't really mind. I see David saw just how complicated the Basilica dungeon can really be. Yeah, this place is really bad. Really, really bad. Still not as bad as Yabe's world, though. That will never... That will always be the worst, in my opinion. But, where the hell are we? I have no idea where we are right now. We're on basement 2! I went the completely wrong direction! Of course I did. Okay, so it has to be a different staircase. Well, at least we know how to get to the basement too. But how do I get to the other staircases? I don't know. At least I still have this really funky thing playing in the background. It's still great. It really makes me sad that these themes can basically never be heard again by an English speaker, because the only time you can actually hear these remixes in a Shin Megami Tensei 1 game, if you can only speak English, that is is through the Android version, which is unfortunately taken off of stores, so no one can ever really hear it again when they're playing through the game. It's unfortunate because the boss battle theme in the PS1 version is one of my favorite themes in the entire Shin Megami Tensei series. So not being able to play that version anymore is a little unfortunate, but you know, oh well, it happens. Stuff gets pulled, mostly mobile games, and they're basically lost to the brink of time for all eternity. I made it to a staircase, but I have no idea what staircase this is. This led to the second floor. Yes, we finally found it! We found the second floor, guys. We're making it up in the world. Do we matter in life? Do we really exist? Oh, we're starting to be really deep now, aren't we, Rail? It's not real bombs, you foolish bombs. Green Raccoon, I just noticed you. Scar, I think I noticed you too. I'm just kidding, Scar. I love you, Scar. Alrighty, let's see. Second floor. Oh, thankfully this floor isn't nearly as long as the first floor. Actually, this is pretty small compared to the first floor. How utterly bizarre. Well, in terms of what we need to do here, there is a couple of treasures that we could find, but ultimately they aren't really worth anything, so we're instead just gonna head straight to the boss, or the special story encounter that we're supposed to do. And yeah, this part is really complicated because you technically can't go back once you enter into this little square hallway. Ugh. Which means you're basically just going to have to continue forward. And if you go through this door, you basically have to do the little square thing all over again. So no thank you, no thank you. Again, I am so thankful for this map. And I hope to God most dungeons in later Shin Megami Tensei games aren't nearly as complicated as this one. Like, I don't know anything about SMT-F in terms of dungeon layout, but I'm pretty sure there's nothing like this in SMT2. Maybe Abaddon's Insides, but that's a fun dungeon either way, so I won't really mind if it's like super long or anything. Where are we? I completely lost where I was. Seriously, I have no idea where I am right now. Oh, now I know where I am. Okay. We need to head down here, actually. Yeah, this floor ultimately was not a problem whatsoever. I'm actually kind of surprised. And here, I think, is where we encounter our next story event. In this room is where we'll find the next portion of the story, so before we actually go in, let's mute the music again. And have the in-game music playing right now. I know, Strange Journey is basically just an entire Basilica mixed with Diamond Realm mixed with Girl's Mind times 2. It's basically just like that. You never did read my old copy. Oh, sorry, Scar. Well, in my defense, I'm kind of enthralled by just how giant this dungeon is. So, you know, if you want me to see your comment from before, be sure to, you can post it again, and I'll definitely see it now. How's your night going? Pretty good. It's not that late, and you know, since we're at the final dungeon of the game, I'm feeling pretty pumped, you know? I kind of want to finish this as much as I can. The stupid Tails things. Oh my god, Dylan. I am so sorry. We traumatized you. Forgive us. And in here is... Ooh. Which one is this? Uriel. One of the 4 archangels of Yahweh. If I remember right, Uriel's design in later games is actually pretty faithful to this one, to his original design. He doesn't have the blue skin anymore, but you know, he has the similar hairstyle and the armor. So it's actually pretty cool. So, welcome, great hero, ye that fight in the name of God. May you use your divinity granted powers to wash the evil from the basilica and bring light to the earth. I shall lend you my power. Seraph Uriel joined our party? Wait, we got one of the archangels in our party? Holy shit, this is awesome. He's level 83. 80. Wait, why is his sprite suddenly like that? Okay, something tells me they kind of messed up with the boss sprite and the demon sprite. Oh, that sucks. He kind of just looks like a recolored Tengu now. That sucks. I actually really liked his boss design. Okay. Well, if you were in the Chaos alignment, you would have had to fight Uriel at that point, so, oh well. Wait, I didn't even get to see his skills. What does he have? He's level 83, so he's basically just like another Vishnu. Mazanma, Shibabu, and Samarikarm. He's like a much more useless Vishnu. Just kind of unfortunate, because I actually do like the Archangels. So, you know, having Uriel be not that great is kind of a letdown in my opinion. Keep going up so you can eventually get the others. Wait, well, so we can actually have the other archangels in our party? Oh, that's so sweet. I want to see what Gabriel looks like in this game. Okay, I'm definitely continuing. I was thinking about stopping the live stream now, but now that I know that we can encounter the rest of the archangels, hell no am I going to stop now. I'm going to continue forward. So, whoa, this floor is actually pretty interesting. It has a ton of traps in it. And a lot of holes that you can fall into, so we gotta be very careful when going through this place. Ooh, we can encounter something interesting here. Garnet! We found a princess inside of the treasure chest. Final Fantasy IX. You are such an amazing game. I bought Final Fantasy IX on the Xbox Live Marketplace recently. I'm thinking about playing it for a live stream eventually, but I kind of want to play through Final Fantasy VIII first, considering that was just recently released. I don't know. I'm stuck between either 9, 8, or 7, because I also bought 7. I also bought... I bought a lot of Final Fantasy games. I bought 12, the Zodiac version, and I also bought the HD version of 10 and 10-2. So I can pretty much stream all of those games on Twitch whenever I want. It'll all pretty much just depend on when I'm in the right mood. But, you know, more than likely I'll probably play through 8 first. Then maybe 10? 10 could probably be a really good Christmas game. So, yeah, I think I will just save it for Christmas, actually. Although I'm probably not going to play 10-2 as soon as I'm done with 10. That would just be crazy. I like having all Jack Frosts in one party. It's unfortunate, Scar, that there's only like 2 Jack Frosts in this game. Pyro Jack and just normal Jack Frost. Gabriel is a dude in this game, but it is a female after this apparently. Wait, Gabriel's a dude? Well, it is an androgynous name, but seriously? Huh. I'm so used to Gabriel being a she in SMT4, and that begs the question, was Gabriel a she in SMT2? Because she's an important character in that game, but I'm starting to have doubts. I mean, the long hair, the weird breastplates, it might have just been something for a male. I mean, then again, we're being pretty pedantic here because angels technically don't have any genders at this point. Angels are meant to be naturally androgynous, so okay, I know where I am now. I got lost for a second, but I know where I am. Somebody help me, I'm lost. This place is pretty huge. And I think I just went into a complete circle. Did I? Yes, I did! Oh, this area is a little bit confusing. So how do I get to the right? Okay. Just need to make a right, a down, and then a right. Here we are. And we actually have the 4th floor literally near us. But I don't think we're supposed to go there yet. I think we're supposed to encounter the next Archangel. Oh, which is literally right next to the floor. Okay, so how do we get to that floor? Of course, like every other SMT1 dungeon, make a giant circle throughout the floor trying to get to one location. Also, we found best gem in that treasure chest, just saying. Pearl is amazing, isn't she? She's always been my favorite gem in my opinion. And you know, even after we found out the whole truth about, you know, spoiler stuff that I won't get into in later parts of the season, of the show, Pearl just naturally was always my favorite of the crystal gems. Although Garnet is still a pretty big top contender. And here we are, the next floor. Now who are we gonna encounter here? Oh, that's definite. That is definitely Gabriel, and he is definitely a dude in this game. Look at that chest. Look at that flat chest. Oh, this is so weird. This is so weird. I'm not used to seeing Gabriel like this. Ugh. Especially with a green skin. Yes, Gabriel is a female and 2 onwards. Alright, that makes more sense. Just shoot. Really, Dylan? Really? Okay, Dylan. And if you think we can... We're basically just singing Steven Universe at this point. Alright. What about Lion? What about Lion? I'll tell you what he is. Overrated. Eh. He never really struck me as something likable in my opinion. Ah, that's better. Actually, I need a drink of water instead. The soda's starting to kill my throat. Ah, alright, that's better. You can sing Steven Universe all night, but can you sing Giant Woman all night? I know Arsenal would. Alright, so Gabriel, what do you have to say to us? I kinda wanna put I'll just put a female voice. Malgrim, Snow, our new Adam and Eve. Interesting. The time when the 1,000-year kingdom becomes reality mere moments away. The path upon which you walk is illuminated, brightly overflowing in holy light. I shall lend you the power to bring you even more light upon your contendants. Seraph Gabriel joined our party. Sweet! We have Best Law Girl now. Or Law Boy, technically. Law Futa. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Futa. Okay, so let's see how good she is, if she's even good at all, in terms of Uriel. Okay, so she's obviously already better than Uriel, because I can see Mazionga and Mediarahan. She unfortunately has Diarahan as well, which is sort of a waste considering she has Mediarahan, but oh well. And what the fuck is with her design? That again, she's literally just a recolored skin of Tengu. It's really weird. I don't like it. But she's level 86, so that's pretty cool. Oh no, 96! Damn! She's level 96. Remiel is best law boy. Who would be the best law boy in my opinion? In terms of law demons, I was always a big fan of Abaddon, even though he can technically be both law and chaos depending on the game he's in. Although, if Arsenal knew what he looked like, he probably would know exactly why I liked Abaddon. Excuse me. I think the devs saw their sprites and changed them to the ones we see in SMT2. Well, considering they become plot important characters in SMT2, that would make sense. Well, they are angels, so they are going to look alike. It depends on your interpretation of angels, really. I thought you liked Mara. Mara is a chaos demon. He is not law. Although yes, he is best chaos demon. Although Misaguchi is a pretty close contender. Well, since we're done with that, let's head to the 3rd floor, which is literally right next to us. Also, something interesting that I actually want to get into at this point, that I was honestly waiting for a later point in the game, but, you know, considering we're at the final dungeon and we pretty much got confirmation there in terms of that dialogue sequence, I might as well get into it now. Oh, these are trapped floors. Okay, so if you're not law alignment and you step on these floors, you'll get damaged. But since we are law alignment, they won't hurt us at all. Which is nice, which is very, very nice. Oh my, the 4th floor. It has so many traps. So many traps. So where do we have to go now? Actually, we just need to head north, which I think is... Oh, which is literally just like this way. Yeah, right here. We're literally at where the next angel is. My goodness. That was fast. Oh shit, Raphael. And I'm glad he has the exact same hair that he does in later games. The spiked up mohawk hair. Oh, I love it. He's also purple skinned, which is, you know, usually the type of skin that he has. Oh, it is you, Magram, child of man who has whose contentance is filled, I don't even know what that word means, is filled with the power of law. Welcome to this, our holiest temple. Together, let us bring an end to this world filled with murder and destruction. Reduce the number... Ooh, okay. So we can recruit him, it's just we don't have enough room to recruit him anymore. Our comp is unfortunately full, which, you know what that means, guys. We're gonna have to get rid of a demon here. Well, I don't want to get rid of any of the archangels, obviously. Hanuman and Vishnu, they're basically stay. What is the weakest demon that I'm probably never going to use? Obviously Yaksha. Yeah, Yaksha was more so just there for bragging rights, because I believe he's like the final Toki demon. But considering I'm never going to use him, I might as well just dismiss him, so... Goodbye, Yaksha, Yakshini, I completely forgot your name. I literally said it like a second ago, and I already forgot it. So many traps. In more ways than one. Have you ever wanted to play a game with your family? Well, introducing Beat the Parents, a fun game for the whole family. Yeah, Dylan, that would be party games. Stuff like Mario Party, anything related to the Wii, the Nintendo Wii, basically anything like that. The Archangels are all you really need at this point. Well, I kind of like my Oberion, thank you very much, and the Hanuman is definitely going to stay. And Atlus, well, we're keeping him not just for Sukukaja, but because he's also the name of the company, and we want to at least be in Atlus's good grace. Spirit is up. I'm going to ignore that comment. Anyways, so how do we get to the fourth? Oh, goodness. We have to do a teleporting puzzle. There are teleporters in this floor. Okay, so how's this gonna work? X2, X2, south exit to the city map. Wait, what? Maybe those aren't teleporters? What is this? Exit? Where will this lead to? Oh! Literally outside of the top of the basilica. Interesting, and instantly run into a random encounter, of course. The giant! Right on top of the basilica! I believe he's a law demon, so I guess he's technically there to stay? Okay, I'm definitely gonna put a stoma after this. Yeah, I have no time to deal with you guys here. There we go. Ah, thank goodness for a stoma in this game, or else we probably would have just still been stuck in like Ikebukuro at this point. Thanks to a stoma though, we were able to basically go through most dungeons with relative ease, in my opinion. Okay, so what do we do now? Where the hell are we? I have no idea where we are right now. Oh, I completely forgot to put his stoma on, but hey! Yamato no Orochi. That's an interesting encounter. I did not expect to run into you right now. But where exactly are we in terms of the map? We're on the 5th floor. I'm stupid. I was looking at the 4th floor, not the 5th floor. Okay. 5th floor it is. 5th floor. How did we get all the way to the 5th floor? I thought we literally just took... Okay, yeah, that is really confusing. Dad, don't notice me, I'm gonna act like Cyber. Too late, Scar! I noticed you. Atlus is one of my OC names, so every time I think he's talking about my OC. Well, Atlus is also the name of the company that created this game, so, you know, the more you know. Too much? Nah, Green Raccoon, not at all. Fifth floor, fifth floor. So what do we have to do in the fifth floor? Literally nothing. They're just traps and staircases. Alright, so I guess this is just easy sailing from here. I mean, we technically gotten all of the other 3 archangels except for Saint Michael, because he's the last one, and we pretty much have to meet him at the 8th floor, so we're basically just trekking through at this point. Which means I can finally get back to the topic that I was discussing before we ran into the last archangel, Raphael. So when we encountered Gabriel, actually mentioned something pretty interesting. Oh my god. They mentioned Mogrim and Snow as being the new Adam and Eve, and that was a poison trap, unfortunately, but thankfully we have Post Moody to fix that. So yeah, he mentioned Mogrim and Snow as being the new Adam and Eve. So this is actually pretty interesting topic when it comes to SNT1. What Mogrim and Snow ultimately are in terms of the story. Now, at this point, pretty much what we've been playing as, Mogrim has basically been the everyday guy. He's basically thrusted into this horrible situation of demons invading his homeland and having to resort to use the same power that was given to him by pretty much everyone else, and basically just fighting to survive in a world full of people that just want to kill him. And Snow, well, Snow is a more complicated person when it comes to the story, because when we first met her, she was the resistance leader of the rebellion in the first part of the game before the apocalypse happened. And I might have to use the mapper spell here because there's a lot of dark rooms in this area. And with the idea of that, and what was I going with again? Oh yeah, Snow. And, you know, after she sacrificed herself to save Mogrim and his friends during the apocalypse, she reincarnated for some reason in the new world as the exact same person with the exact same looks, design, clothes, everything. Along with memories of only Mogrim. Everything else that she had of the previous world was gone, except for her connection to Mogrim. So ultimately, Snow is more of an interesting character when you really think about it, but also a confusing one because, you know, we're pretty much near the final dungeon and we know nothing about Snow or Mogrim or why they have this weird connection, spiritual connection they have together. Because if you guys remember right, in, you know, when we first came to Tokyo after the Diamond Realm, Mogrim and Snow's connection caused them to feel the exact same pain that Snow was dealing with when she was being brainwashed by the Arachnid demon. So you're led to believe at this point that Snow and Mogrim have this deep connection that connects them for all of eternity, even beyond death, even beyond reincarnation. But then that just begs the question, why? Why do they have this deep connection? What is the point of it? What exactly, why the reason, why, just why, literally? It raises so many questions as to why they have this deep connection. And they never do explain it. You know, after we save Snow from the Arachnid and she joins our party, we pretty much just ignore all of that completely, and it's never brought up again. There is a hidden supplementary material in the game, or rather I'd say there is hints of something more to Mogrim and Snow than it's really let on. And this is something that you wouldn't really find out if you're a casual player, unless you know mythology to a T. And if you're really paying attention to the story events that involve Mogrim, Snow, And interestingly, the character Yuriko. You guys remember Yuriko, don't you? The girl who had the hots for Magram and throughout most of our time basically gave us a lot of shit. And when we went to Ueno, it was revealed by Louis Cypher that Yuriko turned out to be the demon Lilith in disguise, who for some reason had this deep connection to Magram. She always called him his... Oh, well, apparently we're in some story, in a story scene, but let's actually just continue with the point that I'm getting across. So Yuriko had this weird obsession with Magram, telling him that she was his destined partner for all eternity, and they should have ended up together instead of him and Snow. Now, you know, if you're just looking at it from a casual's point of view, you would just think Yuriko just being crazy, you know, the demon Lilith just being obsessed with this random demon summoner and just not wanting any of it. There's actually something a lot deeper than that, and you only really get it if you look deep into the story. So there is a theory in Shin Megami Tensei 1. This theory has never been 100% proven by the creators, but it is highly regarded as truth in terms of the fandom and the wiki, and pretty much every source will always credit this theory as it being real. So Magram. Let's get into Magram and why he's special. And to do that, we actually need to discuss about Lilith. Lilith, the snake demon, who charmed... what was her mythology again? I honestly don't remember where Lilith exactly came from, but there is a version of her that is used in different versions of the creation story that involved the two characters who you guys might recognize by name, Adam and Eve. Lilith was actually a part of a version of the Adam and Eve story, the part of the creation story. So Adam was the original first human created by God, or Yahweh in a sense. And Eve, in most sources of the story, has always been credited as the first woman, or the first girl. There are some versions of the story, however, where Adam actually had a wife before Eve, where Eve wasn't actually the first woman, but there was another first woman. And in those stories, that first woman was Lilith. That's right, Lilith. Before she was deemed as a demon, she was originally once a human who was Adam's first wife. So the story goes that Adam and Lilith were a couple created by God, and the way their relationship had to work was basically how most relationships worked in that type of religion, where the man was considered all and God to the wife, and the wife was meant to be 100% submissive to the husband. Lilith, being the rebellious spirit that she is, didn't want any of that. And so she rebelled against that connotation of a relationship and left the Garden of Eden, abandoning Adam and eventually being marked as a demon by the heavens, eventually becoming what is essentially a fallen angel. And which is interesting because in Shin Megami Tensei 1, you actually meet Lilith when Louis Cypher introduces her to you. Louis Cypher, I probably don't need to get into what he really is, but, you know, considering Lilith can be seen as a fallen angel, it's kind of an interesting comparison that they're together. So anyway, back to the story. So Lilith was the first wife of Adam. So why am I bringing up Adam all of a sudden? Well, there's a very interesting theory in the in the community that Mogrim himself is actually the reincarnation of Adam. And Snow here, Snow, the woman that she is, the supportive, 100% submissive woman that she is to Mogrim, is actually the reincarnation of Eve, the woman that God created after Lilith had betrayed Adam and left him. The woman that God created from his own body to become completely submissive to her new husband. And thus, the cycle was created of a reincarnation cycle that would eventually lead to Mogrim and Snow. This theory actually does give credences to why Snow was reincarnated in the new world, being exactly how she is now with her old memories and having a deep connection with Mogrim. This theory explains the connection, the reincarnation cycle, the fact that they are considered the new Adam and Eve when it comes to the angels, and it also explains Lilith as a whole. Let's look at how Lilith was. Let's think of how Lilith was in the game. So Lilith was originally met as Yuriko at the beginning of the game. In the dream sequence where we ended up naming all of our characters, she encountered Mogrim in the dream and told him that she and him are destined partners, which technically makes sense even though she left him. But, you know, considering she only left him because of the rules that their relationship had in the eyes of God, you can make the argument that she still technically loved Adam, who is now, in the present time, Mogrim. So Mogrim, throughout the first part of the story, ignored Yuriko, and instead met up with Snow, who, if we're to believe the theory, is the reincarnation of Eve. And when you really think about it, Yuriko being replaced by essentially another version of her that is essentially much more submissive than she is, she basically wouldn't have it. And that explains why she ended up kidnapping Snow at the beginning of the game and sending her to an execution. The next time we meet Lilith is, well, you know, during the Belial sequence, which really doesn't give any credence to the theory. And then we get to the point where she reveals herself to be Lilith in front of Mogrim. She makes so many references to the fact that they are meant to be destined partners. Snow took him away from her, and that no matter how far gone he is in terms of his relationship with Snow, she just can't kill him no matter what, because in a way she still loves him. So to put it all into simple words, into a simple phrase, the theory is basically about Mogrim and Snow both being reincarnations of Adam and Eve, the first humans created by God, and Yuriko, being Lilith, is Mogrim's first wife in a past life. And it explains her hatred to Snow, it explains why she still loves Mogrim even though he technically isn't Adam at this point. Although, considering we're going down the law path, we are technically considered by the archangels as the new Adam and Eve. Now let me check the comment section, because I went on this whole theory and I pretty much just ignored everything you guys said, so let's see what you guys think about this interesting theory. And you guys are making sex jokes. Oh man. Exactly what Green Raccoon said. Oh man, Spirit giving us a theology lesson and we just make sex jokes throughout. I know, right? So Mogrim is Jesus basically. No, Dylan, Mogrim is Adam, who in religion is the first man created by God. And Snow would be the first woman, or considering we're taking the Lilith story into consideration, she would technically be the second woman. She would essentially be the second Lilith, which, when you really think about it from this perspective, from thinking about this theory, Lilith, or Yuriko, seems more like a sympathetic character than a straight-up villain. You can actually feel pretty bad for her when you really think about it, because in a way, she was replaced, and the love of her life, the love that she was created for, doesn't seem to love her back at all. The first man, definitely. Yep, exactly what Arsenal says. Also, before we get back into the game, I might have to I may add I'm starting to lose my words here, that the whole theory of these two being reincarnations of past figures in mythology is not something new for the Shin Megami Tensei series. Now, this may be the first Shin Megami Tensei game, but it wasn't the first Megami Tensei game. Megami Tensei is technically the name of the franchise, and there were actually games before this, Megami Tensei 1 and Megami Tensei 2. And there were also visual novels that were the original basis of the series, but we'll basically talk about the games first. So in Megami Tensei 1 and in the novels, there were two characters, the two protagonists of that game. Nakajima, the protagonist, and his heroine Yumiko. And those two, spoiler alert, are the reincarnations of the old Japanese gods Izanami and Izanagi, and their old connections from their past life brings them together to fight the evils of the world that now threatens the time. So in a way, the Megami Tensei franchise is deep-rooted in the idea of reincarnations. We have the original story of Nakajima and Yuriko, and now we have Malgrim and Snow, the reincarnations of Adam and Eve. And this isn't the first time where we'll have reincarnations of certain people in myths or legends or religion in general. There will be later games where there will actually be stuff like this, so... It is an interesting theory that has a lot of credence to it, so it is definitely believable, and honestly, I like to believe this theory as truth, because it, in my opinion, it makes the most sense with Lilith being a character, and it also gives Malgrim and Snow much more personality, and much more of reason for them being how they are. And, you know, it also just flat out explains certain plot holes, like why Snow reincarnated in the first place, and why Lilith is chasing after Malgrim. It just makes so much sense that I like to believe it as truth. Yeah, I'm kind of going on with this, aren't I? Well, you know, just wanted to get the point across. Pix. Scar. No cookies for you. You need to go to bed. It is literally... Is it literally Sunday where you are? I think it's literally Sunday where you are. Go to sleep, Scar. So yeah, well that was a long discussion. So I guess now that we know the truth, let's get on with the story. Let's get on with Arthur here, who, need I remind you guys, isn't a reincarnation like Malgrim and Snow. He's basically just a normal person who got mixed up in all this, really. Go ahead, open the door and proceed within. Will you go inside? Well, maybe, I don't know. I don't want to. Now, the staircase? Yes. And this will lead us to the 8th floor, where we will finally encounter Saint Michael. Somewhere around here. He should be somewhere. Okay, he might be in this room right here. Or not. No, he's not. This is a very tiny floor, mind you, so he has to be somewhere. Here he is! I think this is where we're going to encounter Saint Michael, who, interestingly enough, since we were talking about the creation story of Adam and Eve, I might add that Saint Michael, the angel that is closest to God, was also the one who actually who actually drove Adam and Eve out of Eden after they ate the forbidden fruit. So, kind of ironic that the reincarnations of the two people he kicked out of heaven are now working for him again. Again, it really makes the theory much more... the theory itself makes the game much more interesting when you really think about it. Humanity has finally driven itself into the pit of ruin, far from their divine creator god. Oh, Scar's going good night? Alright. Good night, Scar. See you tomorrow. Oh no, Real can't have any more cookies. But how will he... What happens when he eats cookies again? Goes demonic? How will he go demonic again? The destruction of the world has produced an age of violence and disorder. Indeed, the world has truly become chaos itself. We're talking about chaos here. Yeah, exactly. I was starting to say, wait, aren't we supposed to be on the law side? And then he immediately followed up with this sentence. I am sure that those that fight for chaos are overjoyed at its current state. However, God has still not abandoned humanity. In his eternal compassion, he is trying to give us a second chance and save us from the pit of despair we have dug ourselves with such devastation. No matter how many times we foolish humans sin, God is there to forgive us and help us unto the errors that we have made. Okay, I can kind of see where you're going with this, but once you get into the 1,000-Year Kingdom, you're basically just condemning so many innocent lives to death, to suffering in hell. I don't honestly agree with that, but who am I to say, you know, considering Malgrim is in the law route, and we really don't have anything to say here. The 1,000-Year Kingdom is on the culmination of God's compassion and forgiveness. He will save us from ourselves and keep us on the right path. It is the dawn of a new era, an era of peace under God himself. Man, Arthur, you have definitely changed. This really isn't the same Arthur who we knew back in the day, isn't it, guys? The Arthur who basically was our best friend. An era where God's worshippers will live in eternal happiness and safety under his divine protection. However, in order to bring about the 1,000-Year Kingdom, the Messiahs need faithful worshippers to help build a new throne for God, for him to throne for God, for him... That's way too many fours, dude. For him to descend to and rule the world from. That is the purpose of the Basilica. It shall serve as a fitting throne for God, and as an eternal sign of his compassion and love for us. As faithful worshippers, we must bring the cathedral back from the hands of the demons that would take it over. But in order to do so, we must defeat the Ashura Lord. But we will need the Angel Ring in order to penetrate his defenses. Please tell me you're going to give me the Angel Ring right now and I don't have to go on a whole side quest. Okay, maybe we're safe here. Master Michael bestowed his wisdom upon me, and told me that one could create such an artifact by fusing the other 3 seraphs together. Wait, does that mean I have to fuse all 3 of my archangels? Does that mean I'm gonna lose them? Oh man. Please tell me it isn't so, guys. Please tell me it isn't so. Good luck on the stream. Thank you, Scar. Thank you. Even though he's probably gone at this moment. How many of them are truly innocent? We never met them, so we'll never know for sure. You do have a point, Green Raccoon. Most of the time, we mostly met just Messians and Gaians. I don't think we've really met any normal people around these areas, so that's unfortunate. Yeah, he's a murderer now. Tell me about it, Dylan. It's truly changed him. Oh, we aren't letting that happen today, are we? Dylan, we're on his side. We're actually just going along with this. We have no choice at this moment anymore. We're officially on his side. But Arthur, the angel ring doesn't double growth rate. Wait, that's a reference to something. That's a reference, I just don't know what it is. Just do what the Taco Man says? What? What do you mean by Taco Man? Oh my god! His robe does look like a taco! I never noticed that! Oh! He's like a taco boy. Okay. He's officially won me. You know what? I'm doing this for you, Taco Man. But the problem is, where would you have to go? I doubt it would be possible to complete that kind of special fusion at an ordinary mansion. At an ordinary... Okay, so what do I have to do? We have the angel ring somehow. We have to get the angel ring somehow. Well, I think this is the time where we have to consult the guide, because I have no idea what we have to do now. Law Path. We'll give you some information and will ultimately tell you that you need to create the angel ring by fusing the three seraphs together. Yeah. So it looks like we have to use up all of our archangels. Of course. I knew it was too good to be true. At a special Jakyon mansion. So we need to head to a special Cathedral of Shadows. Okay, so where do we even go in order to find this place? After talking with the law hero, you'll be taken outside. We're continuing with the plot. Blah blah blah. Yeah, I don't care about that. Fusing the angel ring. What do we need to do here? The ruins of Ikebukuro. Don't tell me we have to go all the way back there? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. We have to backtrack. I thought this was it. I thought all we had to do was head to the top floor and then we just head to the bottom floor and then done with the game. Boof, done. God shall bless his people with tacos once it's done. After the war is over, Tuesday will be taco night. Tacos for everyone. Oh my god, Spirit is Spanish. Am I? Am I really? Wait, Scar, shouldn't you be sleeping? Go to bed. Seriously, go to bed. But yeah, apparently it seems like we're not done with backtracking yet. Well, thankfully, we don't have to backtrack all the way. We can just use a Trapor spell. Screw you, Basilica. Now we're back at the first floor. Okay, so what do we need to do now? Apparently, we need to head out into flooded Tokyo and find the ruins of Ikebukuro so we can fuse the three archangels to create the angel ring. Honestly, this just seems more like padding to me. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm tired, or maybe it's because I had to deal with so much of the Basilica's bullshit, but I don't know, they probably could have done this a little better. Well, at least we have a stoma. Everyone just died. Try not to feel. You know what? As you say that, Arthur, might as well show this off another time. Remember when he had all that hair? Beautiful. I miss that, Arthur. Even if he did tell me that, try not to feel bad that my mother died. I really gotta fix my volume settings, so 1 second. There we go. Yeah, I just realized that my audio was probably a bit too loud. There was probably a bit of peaking, but who knows. I'll probably find out in the playback. But anyway, so now what? That's right. Ruins of Ikebukuro. How do we get there? So let's see. Your destination is the ruins, summon the octopus, and head east, then north, when you're able to see the submerged Tokyo Destinyland. Alright, Tokyo Destinyland, the not Disneyland. Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck are probably drowning right now. Yep, there's Tokyo Destinyland, and Ueno should literally be up here. Is this Ueno? No, this is someplace else. Continue north to the far edge of the city, and eventually you'll reach Ueno. From Ueno, head west when you come to the ruins of Ikebukuro. Okay. Oh, this is Ginza, where I think we went a bit too far. Oh, it's probably a little more north this way. Oh wait, maybe I'm like not even... It's probably up here. If I knew Japanese layout, I probably would have figured out that I was in the wrong location, but you know. Oh well. Nippori. Ah, here we are, Ueno. So now we just need to head west until we reach Ikebukuro. Somewhere. It has to be somewhere around here. I remember. I think Ikebukuro is literally up here. Here it is! We made it! And holy shit, it's dark here. We should probably pull out our mapper real quick. Good Mickey should be dead after all the businesses he sank. I know, right? Ugh. Damn it, it's a full moon! I can't use it. Gotta go, guys. Love it. Oh! See you later, Dylan. I should have seen that when he's... I honestly wish I saw his comment when he was about to leave, but you know. I'll tell him laters on Discord. And I'm law aligned, so what did Arthur do to lose all that hair? He died. I guess when you die, you essentially lose all of your hair. Well, good thing I have the map out, so I can technically know where we're supposed to go. There's literally not much to this place. Except for encounters, which I should probably use Estoma for. Yeah, at this point we really don't need to worry about encounters at all. We're basically ready to fight the final boss, I think. I think. I don't even know, really. Although I like to think that we are. Who knows? Oh, apparently I went in the completely wrong direction. Okay, so instead of west, we instead need to head east. Because that's where we can actually get into the special mansion or something. Whatever Arthur said. Oh, you know what? I have Mapper. I can literally just use it now. It's no longer a new moon or a full moon. That's better. See, we can actually see where we're going. Well, not really, but it's better than nothing. And here we are. Well, I guess it wasn't that long of backtracking, but, you know, that part of the game really didn't need to be needed. So you wish to have the Angel Ring, do you? You are attempting to undertake the monumental task, I see. I see that you do indeed have all three of the Seraphs with you. Very well, I shall fuse them together for you. It's been quite some time since I've gotten a chance like this to test my skills. This is basically just a older version of Mito. I haven't felt this eager since I was a young man. And suddenly we're in the Cathedral Shadows? Okay. Goodbye, Archangels. I didn't even get to use you. That's unfortunate. I'm not even gonna do a Mickey Mouse voice. Not just because I'm tired, but because I literally just can't do a Mickey voice. My voice cannot go higher than Guilmon. Yeah, he doesn't do any business. He's there to look nice. Yeah. He's also there to look cool in Kingdom Hearts, but, you know, we don't talk about Kingdom Hearts here. Behold the Angel Ring. It is yours. Take it. I've made the Angel Ring for you. There's nothing more I can do for you. And with that, I think that might be it. So let's just use a Triport spell and head back to the Basilica. Literally right here. Nice. So yeah, we finally have the Angel Ring, and according to the guide, it seems that we can finally enter the basement floors now. We're finally at the end stretch of the game. We're going to fight bosses from here on out, mostly chaos bosses, and at the 8th floor is, I believe, the final boss of the game. Of course, we also have that interesting side quest that we can partake in, but I don't think we can actually do that unless we get to the 6th basement floor. So that will unfortunately have to wait, but I think this is a good place to stop it at. We basically went through half of the entire Basilica. We flooded Tokyo, and we're officially now aligned permanently with the Messiahs. We are officially awful people, and we should feel bad. But not before praying. Not before doing the daily praying that we should always do, of course. So yeah. Well, good night, guys. I know, right? Yeah, this is the perfect place to stop, in my opinion. So, you know, we're nearly at the end of the game, folks. Literally, I think just one more part, and I truly think we can actually finish Shin Megami Tensei 1. Oh, I can't wait until that happens. But you know, that will either be tomorrow or the next day. Who knows? Who knows if I'm busy or not tomorrow? But you know, I'll try to do the live stream tomorrow and finally finish it. So without further ado, this has been Spirit RoseWolf, and the next time we meet in Shin Megami Tensei 1 will probably be the last time we play the game. So I'll see you all later, and I hope you have a good night. Goodbye!